Here,
pull up Jamie Lee Curtis young.
Hold on.
Who?
The chick from Jurassic Park.
I don't even know that.
Laura Dern. You like Laura
Oscar
Dern?
winner Laura
Pull
Dern.
up Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, I don't know.
That's
Oh, here.
a woman.
All right,
That is a
we're not
woman.
streaming.
That's
We're
true.
recording.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
pull up whatever.
Why
Damn,
are we
you
recording?
Those kind of people.
What movie she come out in?
Diane
She's been in hella movies.
wasn't she
Busy
Catwoman?
No.
Catwoman.
Diane Keaton.
Damn, look at Jamie
hella-
Lee Curtis over
Yeah,
there.
back in the day.
Look at her. God
You know
damn,
who's a
that
babe
bitch.
back in the day
What
and still
the
is?
hell?
Do you remember Jessica Biel?
Jessica
Yeah,
Biel.
she's
She's
fine.
back from the day. She
No.
looks exactly
But
the
look
same.
at Jamie
as
Lee
her.
Curtis,
black and white
though.
pictures of,
Her
like,
old
her in a- her in
dumbass
the sink
look.
and
But
stuff,
she's
you know?
hot as
When
hell.
I'm
Yeah.
bringing it closer, we're recording. We're not streaming. We're recording.
Even like Barbara
This is
Streisand
just
was
for
hot in
our-
her heyday. That's why they
Oh,
were
yeah,
fucking
Barbara Streisand
famous,
was hot.
because they were hot.
Damn.
So wait, what is it? Do you like this?
I
Yeah,
just
he
kind
likes
of,
that
I like
80s
her.
fucking-
Yeah, I like
the
that
80s leotard.
Yo,
Or
I have an
unitard.
80s kink.
No, you
I like 80s people.
Then like
or that I like the 80s aesthetic perhaps.
What's her
What's
her
that
name?
bitch in Flashdance? That one.
Oh,
young
yeah.
woman in Flashdance.
No, dude,
Yeah,
the
she was
fucking
hot.
girlfriend from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, I like 80s girls. I like Muff.
Oh, what about
I think
this?
That's what I
Yeah,
like. I like
that one.
Muff. I
right,
want the Muff to be
Flash.
gross.
Flashdance.
I want the Muff to put some. What's that shiny stuff you put
Jennifer
in there?
Beals.
Jessica Biel.
No,
Yes.
Jennifer Beals,
Flashdance. Yeah. Look at her.
Yeah, she's fire.
I remember watching Flashdance and
No, look up
probably
Weird Science.
Was,
Look up Weird
was
Science.
The first
That's
Mia Sarah.
no.
hard thing that I've had in my life.
Okay, so jeez.
Look up Mia Sarah after this. Mia Sarah.
Yeah, what was that girl's name? She was a model at the time.
I don't know about that.
Just type in Weird Science Girl.
Kelly Brock.
That's it.
Kelly LeBrock. Kelly LeBrock.
LeBrock.
Ah, god damn it.
Sounds, I don't know. Is she fire?
She was.
Well, yeah, she was. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
guess-
I like
yeah.
these. I like these.
The
I like these '80s girls.
Yeah, David,
I like
she's fire.
these-
That's just
80s
picked out in
girls.
Hairspray.
Damn, I fuck with that. Why don't you?
Yeah, it
Why don't
depends.
women do their
Like, you-
hair
you
like
can't pick your
big,
hair out
messy like
That's why
that?
it has to be pink.
I like
Well, yeah,
the tinge
yeah,
of
no,
like.
that shit's style
It's
as
a-
fuck.
it's a
Remember
medium
when
curve.
smoking cigarettes
go-
was hot?
Bro, Mia.
And
can
now
you
you
put
smoke
in
cigarettes, you're like,
space
oh, she
S-A-R-A?
smokes cigarettes. I don't like that she smokes them.
Space
Whoa,
S-A-R-A.
that looks like K.
This chick. Not today, just like 1980s. Legend. No.
Oh yeah, but that's the girl
Oh, I
from
remember her, yeah.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, 80s. Very young. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the girl from Legend.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was-
I don't like
she was
her. I
smoking.
don't like
She's
her.
gorgeous.
What?
She's
Yeah,
crazy,
she's
bro.
gorgeous.
Nah, she ain't.
But that's not 80s look.
Yeah, she
It's a
ain't.
90s look, for sure.
Yeah, I like the.
What's it-
Alright, so you can't think of any like modern girls that you like?
I like 80s like sex
Bro,
whores or something.
think about it.
Beyonce, one of them.
What
Yeah,
about-
okay, we got Beyonce, but that's one of the most popular women in the entire
Give me, like,
fucking world.
give me like a famous like white girl, black girl, brown girl.
Famous like.
So you
white
got
girl.
black. Let's do brown.
Brown.
Are you into like
Selma
Beyonce.
Hayek.
Are you into like
Selma Hayek is fine as fuck.
There you go.
Selma Hayek.
So there you go.
She can't speak English that
She's
good
got some
though.
nice round
Doesn't
titties.
care.
bro.
Oh god, amazing,
like, perfect.
amazing. Selma's beautiful.
I need
You
like
know,
a
there's
bowl.
like
Can I
some
get a-
girls in my
a bowl
past where
of
it's like
milk?
I would go back and date them.
All right,
Just
so
'cause of their
Manny,
titties.
we
Yeah.
wanted to get back to the idea of what do you want a girl to
Manny wants to-
wear that would
What
be
do
the
I
most
want a
attractive?
girl-
A bikini,
Oh.
a dress,
That's me.
you know, like we were saying, like a cheerleader outfit or anything like, or a schoolgirl outfit.
Wait, here.
What do I want them to wear?
Like, what would be the hottest thing to wear that would turn you on?
I think like probably maybe like a cool outfit. Maybe like something with like
Like the wedgie suit?
Why would you want her to wear clothes if you're gonna have sex?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm fucking with you because
Oh,
now you're
oh.
describing things you wanted
What
to
the
wear. while
fuck? I
you're
thought you
having
were
sex.
Ah!
like, literally on my same page.
No, now you're describing things that you wanted to wear when you're having sex.
Like,
Well,
is that hot?
I don't know
Is that,
if
is
I
that,
had to decide.
is that
It's
hot?
not-
right
What
there?
about
It's not really hot to me.
That's
the
not hot
garter?
to you?
What about
Okay.
like the garter thing where like they wear like a thong and then they have those like
Uh,
leg
It's-
things?
I think it's
That kind of
silly.
shit?
I just think it's silly.
Why'd you give me this? Hold on.
I
Well, no,
just-
because Manny wants to hit the ball.
What I like is like them to like have probably like a fat booty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So whatever, maybe something that insinuates that, Maybe like something cool with like a cool pattern on it.
You know what I like? It's super long hair.
You like long hair?
Super long, thick.
Like
Almost
mostly under their
curly.
arms,
Give a
like if it's
shit
under
about
their
their hair.
arms or like their legs. No, I'm just kidding. No, like on their head. Like really long hair, like really pretty long, like
That's what you
healthy
like?
hair. I just that
Healthy
shit's,
hair?
That shit's so
Turns
hot.
you
Big.
on?
Like
big
when their
head
hair's
hair.
down to their back or they're completely naked and it's covering like most of their front.
I knew a
It's like,
girl who
God
had.
damn.
I knew a girl had hair down to her butt,
That
and
girl
it
didn't
was
have
hot.
to wear a
It
top.
was
What was the
hot.
one
Yeah.
from Splash?
It's a lot of
The one,
Mexican
the
girls
one
that
from
have-
So
Yeah,
they are.
this
And
is
it's
what you
like it's like healthy ass
Oh,
and luscious.
that's.
Kinda.
cheating.
Yeah.
That her butt's that big.
Kind
I'm
of,
glad I
yeah.
didn't put
She
on
has
the
cheat codes.
display
No,
cap.
she has
kinda
cheat codes
cute.
on, dude.
Yeah, that's kind of hot.
She's
Maybe
got mods
perhaps
on, dude.
like a little, what's it called?
She got a little BBL, dude.
Mm.
Little Brazilian butt lift.
No, hit
You know
the
that?
one
You
in
know
the
that
center of the
procedure?
red.
Are you
This
are-
one?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Are you familiar?
Is that not BBL?
No. BBL is Brazilian butt lift. Are you guys familiar with this procedure?
No.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
liposuction of the stomach and then reimplantation of the fat into your ass.
Perfect.
So they
Awesome.
make your stomach flat and your ass fatter in one go.
Dora
Can they
thick?
do that to
Oh my
like
god.
your dick?
Just take the fat out of your ass and put it in your dick.
Yeah.
It's a
I
reverse
wanted the
BBL.
same size. I just wanted really
It's
fat.
a BBG, a Brazilian.
Brazilian.
No, BDG, Brazilian dick girthening.
Perfect.
Just makes it way fatter.
There's
Like
a market.
It looks
in
like that.
Yeah, it's just
It's
like
just like a soda
it's
can.
just really
It's
fat.
just like that big around.
Yeah.
Or like a normal can,
That could be cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Like the microphone.
Yeah.
Wow,
like that
that
kind of
her
girl?
tits are way
yeah.
too big.
Yeah, I like that kind
I
of
don't
girl,
like that.
for
That
sure.
is way
I don't
too
like her
much.
tits, yeah.
Way
Her
too
nose
much.
is
Her boobs
disgusting.
are way too big.
What are you? What?
You gotta get a girl that's like,
No,
if
her
she's gonna have big ass
proportions are
titties,
off,
they gotta
but
be
her
just like
face is
D's.
totally
I
fine.
don't
double
like her
D.
nose.
Like not like
Her nose.
She
F
doesn't
or
like
G
your
cup, like
nose.
that.
My nose
That's
is
huge.
okay.
It's too much for me, personally. Nothing that there's not there's anything wrong.
So
with it.
May, I'm just kind of wondering, like, if you think about this ever, about like what you would like to see a girl look like. I mean, I think it would be a natural.
But,
Did you
No, I
just come in
stuck-
your pants?
It got stuck like.
Nick, did you want to hit this bag?
It's
Is
just,
it-
It's
is
THC.
It's vape.
It's
Vape.
just weed.
Weed.
Yeah.
Weed vape.
I guess I don't think about
It's
what.
Wait,
very
Nick,
light.
you can turn to your left. We're just recording this for us. It's not streaming, but we can't see your face.
No, he's good.
I guess
I don't care.
doesn't care.
I don't care if people know I smoke weed.
Yeah, it's
I
legal.
talk
No,
about.
no,
I
I'm
talk
saying
about.
we
legal
can
now.
see you. I'm saying this is a recording for us.
He's talking about illegal substances.
So I have
dog.
memories for later.
He's like, oh no,
I
yeah,
guess
it's
I-
like,
But
no,
we can't
Nick,
see
I
your
actually put
face.
some PCP in the vape this
But
time.
no, yes,
Just to try it out.
Rotate to the left because I can't see your
Just
face.
a little heroin.
He's like,
No, it's
sure.
this one right
Deep
here.
heroin.
You
Look,
said
look.
you said that was just weed, right? What's in that?
Do you
little
want
jar
me to be on camera?
Oh, this?
Yeah, no, it's
oh,
just
that's
it's
the
just for
PCP.
me. It's just for my own,
Just
my own
dripping it.
personal-
Well, you can still hear me.
Just a little.
But I want to get to see all of
A
us.
little-
on camera.
It's so
Like an
greasy
eyedropper?
looking.
But no, I'm
Oh,
not
that
gonna
was
like
the liquid
upload
acid.
it online or anything.
Yeah. A small pipette of acid in your
Can you
weed.
vaporize? I don't think you can vaporize acid.
No?
It's just right too fast.
There we go.
Well, you just put it in your butt.
You'd have to do it very, very gently, and then even then it would probably fuck it up.
A butt vagina.
Jared would probably.
Yeah,
do it
which
like
is
that.
pussy.
Probably
Like your
the
bussy.
bussy.
like the
You're
pussy.
bussy.
But
Right in the
Man
pussy.
needs to get in touch with his pussy, literally.
Dude, seriously, let
Literally.
Alyssa stick a finger up there. It is fantastic. And dude,
yeah,
a
why
girl
not?
is a
In
girl
the
is trying to
shower.
shut
You ever-
down
you ever
a
take a
cell
shower
tower.
together?
You need to stop
why the
calling
hell
her
does it
after
have to
that.
be in the shower?
So-
Well, I'm
it's
just
less
saying that would make
messy.
you
Oh.
maybe more comfortable.
The shower?
It's because you'll
Because
probably
it's
shit your
clean
pants the
and
second
stuff,
she touches
like,
it.
you know,
You'll
like...
come and shit your pants. I was like, I came to shit, and he's
Oh,
like, you came to shit, and I was like,
That would be the
What if
irony.
you
The,
like
the
it
moment
too
that the
much?
finger is in his
Dude,
butt, he's
I'm
like,
an
"Ah!"
example of someone who- I'm an example of someone who likes it too much.
No.
It was fantastic. That girl
I
just shut down a
honestly
cell
wouldn't
phone
put-
tower to get
I-
me to stop calling her.
Oh my god.
It was fantastic.
I wouldn't doubt that that would actually happen. Though.
Yeah.
Just he
I mean,
busts
it's
first
totally
thing,
possible.
Like she gets
Butt
her finger
play?
right at the right angle,
Yeah.
and it hits the like prostate right, just right.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can't.
There was a great thing. There was a
Yeah.
thing on
It's so
And
Reddit.
then he shits himself.
So-
There's a hilarious thing on Reddit where this guy was talking about getting his prostate exam for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And as he's in the doctor, and the doctor went like lubes up on a thing to do it all
Whoa.
technical and stuff. He's like, as soon as the doctor started examining his prostate, he groaned, and then he apologized, and the doctor's like, "No problem, happens all the time."
Oh.
Every single dude, the second they feel that, they're like, oh.
And the doctor's like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, that's the third time this week.
So I have a friend of my girlfriend.
He's like calling him for extras exams. I don't think you did that correctly the first time.
Can we get that?
Can,
One more- I need a
can we?
redo.
Let me run that back
I need
really
a
quick.
redo. No,
I think
so I have a
no
friend-
lube this time.
A friend named Claire, who some of you guys have met, but
Was that the skinny one?
the blonde girl. So she on Valentine's Day last year, she has like some just digestive issues, right? So she had to get a colonoscopy. Well, turns out at the same time she went in and they were like, hey, we're gonna have to do an endoscopy too.
What is that?
And so you know what a colonoscopy is.
There we go.
Yeah.
But an
So
endoscopy
Did
is
it
from
turn
the other
downwards?
side, right? An endoscopy goes down your throat. So they had
Oh.
I've had that.
on Valentine's Day last year. She was Eiffel Towered by 2 doctors.
She
basically.
was straight
She got
up
it from both
penetrated
ends.
on.
She got penetrated from both ends medically,
Can
in
you
a
do it?
medical sense, by 2 doctors. But I was like, damn, girl.
And then in a physical.
Think about what other people did on Valentine's Day. You were double teamed by 2 doctors.
Yeah.
That's a fucking,
That's a great day. That's a great day. And a
She was like, you're right.
story.
And I got to do drugs. I was like, fuck yeah, you did. It was a
Damn.
great, I mean, it's just like, it's
Wait, let me run that back. Drugged.
double
DP'd.
penetrated.
Medically.
Medically
Medically
speaking, of course. It was a
speaking.
clinical type of DP.
Oh, yeah,
but,
it's
you know,
pretty
it was a DP nonetheless. And, like, that's what matters.
Cosby. That's
that wild?
I think that's called.
And
pulling the
I love
Cosby.
the fact that it was on Valentine's Day because
It's
it's
not
just so
called-
romantic. It makes it so much more romantic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Do they say bye? Do you say bye? How do you even look them in the eye?
You say
afterward?
goodbye.
Yeah, do you shake their hand?
Do you? Yeah. What do you do?
Oh, the doctor who just
Yes,
figured
it
you?
fingered your butthole.
No, you see, you,
mean by the
say I'll
doctor
see
who
you
just
next
figured you,
month.
or
How do you-
what?
I'll see you next week, pal.
So I hate.
Oh, do
hate-
not call
I
them
hate that you
out.
just put that in my mind, Nick. That the doctor fingers you, because like in a medical sense, he's performing a colonoscopy,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
just
like-
did it. You
but
just
in a-
did it for me.
in a-
No, it's only weird
I
if
mean,
your doctor
haven't you
calls
ever
it
done
your
anything-
wiener.
And
It's
a
like,
great person
Doc,
listen.
you do not call it
I
my
had-
wiener, you call it my penis.
I actually had a bump on one of my testicles.
Right.
And I had to go in.
Classic.
Classic.
Well-
Classic Nick.
No,
No, I'm just like the classic
No, okay.
scare.
but
right?
no, seriously, like it is like.
Well, I'm just assuming he wouldn't reveal that he had a
Classic
Testicular
Nick. Little
cancer.
ball on
Yeah,
his
yeah.
balls.
What was it, epididymitis?
No, it was some kind of cyst.
follicle.
Oh, it's
No, it's
just
like a cyst. It was internal.
Yeah.
But like I felt it, and I was like, oh, I better
Cystic,
fucking
yeah.
go. And so I went to a urologist, and he like felt up my balls, and he was immediately like, that's not cancer.
Yeah.
But
that's nice.
he was like, this is like, you know, this thing, and it might hurt fertility.
Right.
That's one of the things he told me. So like, I don't know, maybe
just
I'm
like
not,
mechanically.
I'm not
speaking,
pumping
right?
out the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have like,
They're like
I have a
blockage.
very small cyst on one of the one of my testicles.
How are you going to have
Now you-
children,
Wait,
Nick?
Wait, is
you're
it on the
pumping
ball
out
or on the
and
tube?
you're not pumping.
It's
out
on the testicle
Okay,
itself.
okay.
And you're not
Yeah,
pumping
that's
out
so
the
it-
gas.
it's usually on the ducts. I hear it.
Well, I think
Testicular
it,
cancer
you know how the
begins-
duct like wraps around it or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's on
Yeah.
part of that,
Got
so
it.
it's maybe blocking
Intrusive, yes.
the tube in
Yeah.
one of the
Intrusive,
testicles.
yeah.
It was
So he
it's
told me-
obtrusive.
He
It's
told me
obstructive.
like if I ever have problems conceiving, that might be a problem.
When are you
But
going to start
that's,
trying?
That's not right.
But you have
exactly.
another.
Yeah.
The good
But
news
I
is you
went
have
in-
another ball.
Well, the
One
good
of
news,
them.
the good
You
news
have
is
a
I
separate,
did
whole
have.
separate
What
nut.
happens
The good news is I
the
did have
other
fucking
one goes
cancer.
Yeah.
To the
Well,
other
yeah.
side.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like that's yeah, and I mean like. I've had those same, not on my nuts, but like, oh shit, like what was that bump on my
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
like junk? And then it's like, you go to the doctor like, yo, this is an ingrown hair, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
You're just like,
Yeah, see,
oh,
mine was-
I thought I heard herpes
It's
for
like
like
it
2
burned,
months.
though. Like,
But then
it
he said,
burned.
no, you have
Like, it's
inflamed
'cause
hair
it's fucking trying
follicles.
to- The hair's like pushing
But
itself
it
out.
hurts,
and of
though.
course it hurts.
No, dude, I went to Planned
It's like
Parenthood.
swollen and like inflamed and like obviously.
Ah,
you
you
know,
had
like, it's
ingrown
like-
ball hair? No, I haven't had ingrown ball hair.
It was
Not a ball
closer
hair.
to the side of my shaft.
Well, no,
on
yeah,
the
no,
edge,
this is what it
on the
is.
interface.
And
No,
it just
he
like
told
did
me I
puff
had
up like a
epidem-
pimple.
No, he said he said
but
I
it was
had
like very shiny
folliculitis,
and red, and
which meant
scary looking.
That's scary,
inflammation
yeah.
of
But
the
like
hair
they literally
follicle.
just the
He's
doctor
like,
was like,
you
no,
do not
like
have
literally I can see
herpes.
the hair protruding.
Calm
Like
down.
I just pulled
Said,
it. The
Right.
fucking
your hair
relief
follicles
was
are
on this.
inflamed.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just all curled up.
Do you
And I was
get
like,
ingrown hairs
Follicle,
other
itis,
places?
I get
inflammation.
them. I used to when I swam. So when my skin was dry,
Folic.
Yeah.
I tended to do that.
Oh,
Uveitis.
folic.
I've never had the
Folic
ingrown hair
itis.
problem too much.
I
so-
haven't since I haven't been in
Folic
chlorine
is
pools in a
the
long time.
follicle.
Sure.
Litis
But, like,
is inflammation.
Yeah.
Weird.
But
But this
no,
one was
I
like,
thought I
I
had
knew it
herpes.
was internal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's like
And
all
so it
Here's
was more of
what
a
he just says,
mystery.
he went-
I was like, Why is there
Okay,
this
yeah.
bump? Because it's on one
That's
testicle, not the
okay.
other.
It's like you're
Sure,
fine.
but I mean, cis tend to do.
It's when they
that
say
as
this,
you
it's like, oh,
get
what are my
older, it's
results?
just
And they look down
depositions
and they go,
you know.
Well, they said it
I'll
could
be
just
right back.
dissolve.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
oh,
Sometimes it's
shit.
like tendon stuff.
Right,
and
oh, yeah.
From your tendons,
Have
right?
you had one in
So
the-
maybe
have you had one in the
something
wrist?
See, look at the
My
side
mom
by
gets
the.
them.
We're not
I've
streaming.
had ganglion
We're not-
cysts.
Yeah,
this
ganglion
one right
cysts.
I
here.
had one in
We're
this
not
wrist,
streaming.
and
I'm
then
just
it
recording
went
this.
away
It moves
eventually
around
too.
and
then
Yeah, it
goes
moves
straight.
around,
Sometimes
So
and
you
you
have
you can actually like pound them
But-
down.
And that's the
Right.
thing. They used to get rid of them.
Yeah, by slamming
Yeah,
them.
Slamming your hand with the
probably.
Yeah.
You can
And-
break somebody's
Yeah,
hand
yeah,
like that.
Maybe
Well, you kind of got hit really flat.
Yeah.
No, I had a friend who had ganglion
I
cysts
can
too,
do-
and he had had a
I can do
doctor
all
actually
of that
slam it a
shit.
couple
Yeah.
times.
I'm just
And
saying.
And you can burst
imagine
them, and
if
then they
we
go
had,
back.
it's Like,
Well, they
I don't know
they,
what
like
we
your
would call
body
it,
gets
but
rid of it then, but
I don't know.
as
Right.
it is,
Guy's
it looks like a
corner.
body part. So your body.
One-
Right.
you
I
know,
used to have one.
once
I used
a
to have
month,
one like
twice a
if
month.
I went like
It was
this,
just what
it
we're
would be a
doing right
bump.
now.
It
Yeah,
would be
like
a bump right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
my mom
And us
gets them
just
on her
having
wrist,
drinks,
Exactly.
us
yeah.
four and just shooting.
And I'm
But-
sure I will too. I
I'm just saying
haven't
that's
yet.
something we could
I
probably
broke
do.
my arm pretty
Because
bad,
if we have
so I'm
all
expecting
four of
it on my
us.
right
Yeah,
arm.
I think that's something that's capable.
Anyway, the whole
of
long point of that
happening.
story
Yeah.
was I went to the
I'm just saying, I
doctor,
think
and he was feeling
that's
my
the reason we're
balls,
recording.
And we'll
and it
call
was about the
guy
least sexual
40.
thing you can
Yeah.
imagine.
No, we won't.
You got
We
some
won't
really
call
good
it
news.
something
guys.
It's
like that.
oddly
Something
gratifying
like
when
that.
you touch
Cool,
your
call us
balls.
to be macho.
It wasn't gratifying in any way. The only
But
gratifying.
told you you're good.
The only that
That's
was.
the thing.
So it's like you're like
Some
weird. I
guys
feel
will
good,
watch
but I
it.
don't like.
I
it.
went in
Other
with
girls
the
tune in,
anxiety
be
of
what are
like
our guys
I'm going
thinking?
to
And then
die.
this is what we're thinking of.
And then he
We'll
goes,
be talking
"That's
about
not gay," so I
balls
go,
every once in a while. And we'll switch
But
over
dude,
to
your
be
balls
like,
are in this
yo,
dude's
bro,
hand at that
check
Right, but that didn't matter. I was like, all I want to hear,
Yeah.
all I want to hear
Yeah.
is the no cancer part.
I'm just
I
saying.
had been
And that's the
fine,
whole
but I did
show.
not care.
I'm just
You
saying.
did care,
I
yeah.
do think there is quality content here.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, ball shit or ball stuff,
Well, I think it's just
Ball
like,
shit.
But
What do you
talk
have
about
about what's up with
interesting
you? Are you
stuff.
okay?
butt vagina.
It is interesting,
Well,
pussy.
no,
It is
that's-
interesting
and
that
we're
Jamie
just
Lee
like, hey,
Curtis is
Manny's
the
kindergarten
go-to.
class,
Right.
and we teach him what dom and sub
If
means.
I was gonna pick an older celeb,
Yeah, it's random.
How did
That's
I
why I
choose
was
Susan
thinking,
Sarandon.
cool.
I was
You know
thinking
who
it's the short hair
You know
because
who
she
I
has
go
short
for?
hair.
What's her name?
What?
Let me.
Who?
No one
What
knows
is
her
she
name.
from?
Can't think of it. I don't.
Dude,
That's
I go
the-
for Susan Sarandon, without a doubt.
She's hot. I mean,
Goldie
she's
Hawn, maybe
she's
like
getting
a
pretty
young
old.
Goldie
No,
Hawn.
not Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn was fairly hot.
If
when
I
she
got
was
to hang
young.
out with her and
Yeah.
Kurt Russell,
Oh, her
for
daughter is
Overboard,
even hotter in some ways. In Almost Famous,
Oh,
Dude,
Penny Lane in Almost
I've
Famous.
picked.
I don't remember
I've
that one.
decided.
She was
I've
so
decided.
hot.
All right, let's see it.
I've decided. You guys ready?
Don't worry.
Is this an '80s Gen 2?
No, this is her
Oh, you
daughter.
know who is hot
Are we all
too? I
choosing-
think Kathy Ireland.
I don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
Yo, you
Oh,
almost. You
no.
She
almost.
was like a supermodel
Bro, you
in like
almost-
the 80s,
oh,
90s.
almost got
Oh
it.
yeah,
Jane
Jane
Oh,
Seymour.
dude, from fucking
Seymour, bro.
Shameless.
Yeah,
Jane
she's hot.
She was
fucking
Lift's
Seymour.
fucking professor.
Damn,
yeah.
And she was also fucking
So
from.
fine.
What was she from?
Wedding
Wedding
Crashers.
Crashers. Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
dude, she's such a babe.
Damn,
She's so
she looks
fine.
Like a
But we're talking
dirty-
older actresses. She looks like a MILF. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's
Like when you're
great.
talking like
she
MILF,
looks
that's
like she would
that's
just like beat you
quintessential.
up during.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
recognize Kathy Ireland at all.
She was like a 90s model.
Who is that one that who's that girl? Not Kathy Ireland. Like a 90s or
Oh.
Have you ever seen Young Pamela Anderson?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Or
No,
Carmen
I
Electra,
haven't
too.
actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All in agreement. Oh yeah. Which sounds kind of weird that you know the good years.
What guy doesn't know what a young Pamela Anderson looks like? Come on.
Me, I don't have that in my mind right now.
Oh, that's not even this one. Oh my god.
What? That's
This was when she was like 20.
No, I like the one of her in that red dress. Up
I mean,
there
can
when
you
she's,
believe
like,
that's the same
mid-transition.
person though? Like,
even find
oh
this
my
picture.
god, she was such a little
I would
cutie,
never know.
and then she turned
No.
into like this
No,
total
that
like
one over there,
skank.
like that's like '90s her.
I mean, this was like what she turned into.
And then that black dress one.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
No, it wasn't
dude.
before she turned
Yeah.
into a skank. It was before California got a hold of her, and she did what she had to do.
Damn, look at her tits.
Yeah, there-
Yeah,
California.
she blew it out by
California.
that
Jesus
point. Yeah.
Christ.
Well, that was the
yeah. Damn.
Rebecca Romaine too when she was
Oh
younger.
yeah, Rebecca Romaine.
Femme
Fuck.
Fatale.
For real.
Hell yeah.
Or
Damn. She's still.
Elle
Petron-
McPherson.
Petron
Elle
Nemkova,
McPherson.
Pam was kind of. She
I
was
don't know
like the
who that
She's
best
like a
though.
90s
She was
model.
on top of
Petra
her
Nemkova.
game.
Can you, can you put, here, I can reach over here. You want one? Alright.
I don't know who that is. Who's that?
She was
Ellie
there like
McPherson, yeah.
supermodel.
Oh, was she?
Ellie McPherson was like a cover for.
Wait, but you
late
just showed
90s
us
or
from
late-
Netflix.
late
That was,
90s,
like,
late 80s,
recent.
late 90s.
Yeah, I
She
mean
hasn't
she's
fucking aged.
no, she's still basically. Those are like her kids.
Oh my god.
Oh, and she's got a surfboard
Honestly,
with
even,
wax on
even
it.
Heidi Klum, like still.
Heidi-
Oh,
she's
Heidi
looking
Klum
good
was hella
still.
hot.
Heidi Klum.
If we're talking
Yeah.
sports,
Not
Illustrated,
now, but like yeah, in her yeah,
for real.
yeah, totally.
She is
She's a
great.
babe.
See, I feel like this is
She has a lot of
stream
the same
safe.
look. She has a lot of the same looks.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is stream.
No, it absolutely
Do
is.
you want it?
It's not- no,
Don't
I'm
feel
high as
low.
hell. I can-
No. I was asking Manny. I'm not gonna.
It's a bad call.
Yeah, no. I'm good. Trust me, I
Heidi
know.
Klum.
Do your
Klum.
um,
Yeah. It should. It's CLE.
do your hair on it.
Where is it?
That's what he always.
Are you gonna mainline it into my anal
Like
seal
that, yeah.
cavity?
That
No,
that
the butt
Klum,
pussy.
that Heidi.
Is what they said. Now.
You
That's
don't know
under
what that
you.
is. Stop
Like
it.
here.
No,
Like
but
this one.
that's what
You
you
don't
say now.
mainline heroin into the butt pussy.
Everyone
She's
said
like
that.
gorgeous,
That's what you
dude.
do.
Show your face.
She's
You
like,
don't
You know, I
mainline
always
heroin
like-
into
Just
the
a
butt
fucking
pussy.
German
Everyone
goddess.
says that you should do it.
Penelope
so you
Cruz,
should
bro.
try it. Is my advice to you.
Banging. We were talking about Salma Hayek earlier. She's
Because you like
gorgeous.
to
Dude.
explore a little bit. Of
That's
it.
not Selma Hayek. That is what's her
Penelope
name?
Cruz.
We were just talking
Oh,
about,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, we were just talking about her.
But no,
Oh,
who's-
look at-
who's the
there
girl
is a
from The
picture
Mummy?
of her and
Oh,
Rachel Weisz. Yes.
she's super fine.
Rachel Weisz.
Oh, look at this, the two of them together.
Yeah,
Selma
they're
looks
friends.
terrible
That's why,
there.
that's why I thought
Selma
it, 'cause
looks
they're friends.
great. She looks like
Oh.
a
Dude,
snack.
she's in her 50s and she looks like almost even better than she was in her 20s.
She's fantastic.
But
She's
any
fantastic.
any person who passes, oh yeah.
She's just fantastic.
She's just fantastic.
She's just A grade,
It's
just
fantastic.
fantastic.
I would need to make it so that we can get our screen capture as long as we're not showing corn.
Right. Well, you just have to keep
The
your
second
safe-
someone's like, "Hey, chat roulette,"
Just
I'm
keep-
like, "All right, blur
Just
it."
keep your safe search on. And then
You're what?
your safe search. So
So
that you don't get random tips.
Oh, God, yeah.
People have done this before.
No, I
I've
was
seen
watching
people
some
rating-
random video
rating-
of a movie that Salma
bro,
Hayek
look
was
at
in,
her. Look at her.
and she had
Look
like
at her in that
15-year-olds
picture.
hitting on her,
Bro.
and the 15-year-olds were like,
Booba.
"Hit me up when I'm 18."
Booba.
Booba.
Wait,
That's what I think of when I think of Salma Hayek. Is
Damn.
Booba.
what was that?
Booba.
What was that movie she was in?
The vampire one.
Yeah, Dust
Um,
Till Dawn or something?
Dust Till Dawn. Dust Till
Yeah, that's
Dawn.
exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Those pictures are
Like I said,
insane.
steal
Look
fucking
at that.
crap, this
Oh
kid.
my god.
This man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Oh, God, there's so many movies where it's just like you
no.
remember.
Dude,
What
fucking
the
young Danny Trejo was in
fuck?
this.
Man, that's my friend's uncle.
Danny Trejo? Really?
Yeah.
That's so
My
funny.
homie Mike. Well, not my homie.
Oh, I hit that
went
one
to high
with
school
fucking
him, and he was
Quentin
part of my
and
friend group.
yeah,
Damn.
But yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
Oh.
fucking.
And Desperado,
Little
she was
kids.
amazing too.
Mikey Trejo is Danny Trejo's nephew. I think on his mom's side. Maybe his dad's side.
Oh
it's
no,
gotta
top
be-
left, top
yeah.
left. Yeah, Antonio and
Yeah,
fucking
she's hot
Salma.
as
Damn.
fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So fucking.
I mean, yeah,
that
they're
cur-
both
like
like.
that, like wet look hair, like Will's
Yeah.
hair, but on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fuck Will and pretend it's Salma Hayek.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to do that. You just touch the hair, man. You just touch the hair. It's okay.
Or
Or
yeah.
get no,
Yeah,
stop
exactly.
it. Get away from me.
Anyway,
of a sudden, all of a sudden, Will feels sleepy now.
yeah, why you? Oh,
And
that's-
he's like,
what's,
oh,
hey, what's that?
yeah,
Just the camera
Spike transition.
Cough.
fizz, and we all know
It's
the
not
fuck.
extra bubbly. It's just your imagination.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gaslight him until he passes out.
Yeah.
Jared is falling asleep.
Jared's
Oh,
falling
he's so cute.
All right.
Hey.
Nick.
Oh, what
That's
the
not her.
fuck?
That's
Oh,
her.
Only
yeah.
11:20.
Do you
Yeah.
think that's real though?
No, he was in Berkeley
Yeah, she did
yesterday.
nude stuff.
So he's been driving all weekend. Oh, sand titties!
Yeah.
Yeah, she did need stuff for sure.
Holy shit.
Jared!
He can't hear us. I think
should
he has
be able-
headphones. No, he has his headphones on. Right?
Yeah, some
Oh,
high
that
fuck.
was the thing, yeah.
Hot as fuck.
Damn.
Look, the slug is going into his
No!
Oh,
Get a quick. Oh. Oh yeah, he's like fully asleep. That's funny.
oh, that's me. On.
Look at the little guy. He's so peaceful.
Gone. He's a goner.
He's so peaceful.
Bye.
He drove up to Berkeley to go see his
Forever,
girlfriend this
bye.
weekend.
Oh,
But yeah.
nice.
No, we're recording right now, not for him. Just for fun.
Why do I look the most white?
Because you're the closest to.
No, we can.
It also has the whitest skin. So it's a bad combo.
You complain
But
about
no, dude,
stupid shit
Nick,
now.
look
You're
at all
just
of
like,
us.
this neighborhood is too loud.
Nick,
Why do you young people?
This town has really gone down.
Yeah,
Look,
before all the brownies moved in.
No,
look
this
at
is
you and I. You and I are
Newtonia
the
down
whitest
street.
in the video, and of course, Manny is the darkest.
If I got closer, I'd be the whitest.
Yeah, I mean, you and I become the
Yeah, we
same.
become clearly.
No,
very
I'm
white.
still.
You're
I
redder
still
than
think
I
I'm the
am.
whitest.
Yeah, all of you guys
I'm
are
still the
very
whitest.
malnourished.
I'm much more ready than you.
You know, this is a beta test for the podcast. I think we should have every other week. It's just all four of us hanging out.
Tell them what you think.
Just like being drunk and stoned, that's not a good podcast.
Yeah. Yes, it is! Dude, did you not see the Twitch streams that Fiok took you through for like an hour?
It's not that we're drunk and stoned. It's that we have things to talk about while we're drunk.
Yeah,
and
it's
stoned.
we have
Manny's
a
exploration of kink is maybe a worthwhile.
That is a
That's why I
huge
said this is
thing.
not a
worthwhile.
No, that is a worthwhile.
When you guys started talking about that, I was
Let's
like,
just call the
Manny's
podcast
right.
Manny's exploration of
Yeah,
kink.
look, now he's as white as we
exploration
are.
of
Kink, yeah. And
we
like
need-
we'll bring
we need
people
that light-
in.
That light needs to be like.
No,
here,
you
if
can't
the-
bring
or the mic
anyone
needs
in.
to be
We'll bring
there.
someone in
No,
who has
we can-
enjoyed
we can
butt
put the
sex
light- the
ever,
light wherever
and
we
you
want.
can
It's
ask
the
them
mic
questions
that's
about
harder.
And
butt
we need
sex.
monitors. The
I can?
capability To have like multiple headphones.
Dude, if you have
Like,
a
what kinds
new
of things
orientation
can I
you want to try
ask?
out, the thing is we
Exactly.
can move both of
Yeah.
these. I have a
Maybe-
second clamp.
You're close. I think maybe the light sources.
My first
Did
question
it feel
was
good?
It's just, yeah.
Are you like? Does this
The light
create
should come from
something
below us.
amazing?
I mean,
Does
I'm
this
just,
change
I'm
your
just
life?
thinking of
Is
ideas
this
that we can come up with.
an
But so
experience?
far,
Is
I
butt
think
sex
this is a really good group. So maybe we have a better
when she
take
plays
that
with
we
your
can take.
butt or when you play with your
But
butt?
no, yeah, we can move
What
shit
if it's
around.
when
We can
he
try it
plays
out.
with
I
his
think it's
butt?
interesting. We have two scientists.
Gasp!
Right? Yeah.
Like it's like.
No!
And then we
Oh,
can
heavens,
also
it's
get
offensive.
head up in the corner.
We can put it over the mic.
No,
We-
but what,
I don't know, we
is
probably
it
have
a
to
Because
change
all
the
gay
experience.
guys,
Is it-
why
I'm
do
not
gay guys
sure.
have sex?
Well,
I'm not
whoever
sure.
fucks
Just
in
to
the
fuck
butt.
with each other?
Well, you have to think of it, even just like the way that it
Music.
works. It's the
I
only
just have to
option.
learn how.
There's one
Speak
at
up.
top
Yeah,
and one
I
at
know.
bottom.
Well, no, we
Well,
can,
no,
we
but I
can
mean, you have
probably,
only one option of
alright, so here's what we can do.
insertion.
We
Okay,
can move this.
well,
Right,
and
so you get
so
69.
that's probably
Yeah,
why.
why
it
couldn't-
happens
why
so
couldn't
often.
guys
Monitor here,
69?
monitor over there.
If it was just like that.
69
and
for
sitting
guys
down
is
and it
even
was,
more
like, here,
equal.
the
Both
light would get
sucking your cock.
Yeah, no, but we're talking about butt
Kind of
play.
like that.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
Because
not all guys are and not all gay guys are automatically
Right now
into
it's like- it
one
doesn't-
static
yeah.
idea of
Well,
what
it's
sex
'cause it's
has
too
to
far
be.
away.
Right.
Right.
No, I'm saying if it.
Well, no
if
one
we have
should
it
be.
A-framed, like angled
But
like
see,
that,
that's when it
so it's
goes
like
back
this,
to
and then flip
dominance
the
or
mic over so
submission.
it's up.
You know,
It's
a
just,
lot
like,
of
right
gay
in the
guys
middle of
can be
everybody.
But also,
subs.
we'd have to make
I
sure
mean,
that
they
Jared's
want
not
to be
coming through
dominated.
that
Yeah.
side.
And a lot of
So
gay
we
guys
probably
can
all
be
have to have
That's what I'm
doms
saying.
in which
We
they
have to
want to
figure out how
dominate
get
someone.
Two sets
Yeah.
of Bluetooth sets to work on the single device.
Or just
Yeah,
headphones
and
in
you
there.
have to
Yeah,
decide.
just do a
Is
standard
my
mix.
problem with it,
Because
I guess.
You know, there's
if
also
Best Buy
Verse.
said, "Oh, here are
Verse.
four
Verse,
wired
so
headphones."
that's third
Verse
option.
is the name in gay culture of someone who do either.
Well,
They'll
yeah.
get fucked or they'll fuck.
I mean,
I also have
splitters.
Sennheiser,
But
I have
also,
AKGs and
Yeah.
You know, in gay
So I
culture,
like-
you have
I have a few
twinks
sets, and I
Yes.
actually my shirts are
who are young,
Sure,
like,
sure.
you know,
Yeah.
usually
They're like
Yeah,
feminine-ish.
reference headphones.
Boys.
Bottoms.
Mixing, but that's like
Then you
perfect.
also have like bears,
If we did that
daddies.
2 weeks
I don't
in a
know.
row, or,
I
you
don't
if we
know
did that
exactly.
twice in 1 month,
This whole
I would
day.
go
what
ahead
a-
and get that
what
Shure,
is a
that,
daddy?
Shure microphone.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like without a doubt.
Like a leather
Yes,
daddy?
again,
Then I kind of
I would
understand
like
what
to
that
have a
means. Maybe
Twitch stream. I'm not set on it, but
Slang and
so
culture.
far, as
That's
far
what it
as
said,
ideas
slang and
go,
culture.
Yeah.
this seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Like an
Yeah.
actual father.
So I would get the microphone for that, and then we'd spend $40 on. Wait, what are we watching?
What the fuck?
Manny.
Gay daddy
What?
doctor.
Well, I asked him what's a daddy considered in like gay culture. What would you think a daddy
I don't
is?
fucking know.
Daddy.
A daddy would be the one with the money.
Daddy.
Daddy the one-
Look at this. Look at this.
Now
Fuck.
you agree?
Kylie calls me daddy.
That's weird.
Yeah, no.
That
He
you
said
would-
daddy in gay
She
culture.
calls me dad too,
Not
which is
in
funny.
just regular-
Sometimes
Manny,
she's like,
Manny,
father,
Manny.
he's like father. No,
Look at
this is
these
ironic.
hunks.
All right.
Okay.
Look
at these fucking-
Are they
daddy is
considered
up
daddy?
between
All
them.
that gray hair.
No, that's
With all
daddy.
those hot
That's
pecs.
daddy right there.
Oh my god.
That's
What?
your daddy, maybe.
Everyone
Manny's
has their
daddy
own
might
daddy
be one of the
preference,
other
let's be
ones.
honest.
Well, no, he's
Why?
got. Look, he
'Cause
shaves his chest.
He's
and
gonna.
he leaves it
Man,
on the
he's gonna
pecs.
buy you stuff.
He's
Wait,
not
do you
daddy.
have
Oh,
the
does
full
that
pattern
what
on,
it
or
does?
is
Is
the
that
one
it
that
buys
came up, right?
thing?
Well, daddies generally
Should
buy
be full
stuff.
pattern.
Oh.
If you have the circular cargo,
Sorry.
So
sorry.
daddies.
It's full pattern.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look at this daddy. That's a bear daddy.
But then
Oh,
that's like
bear
regular
daddy.
No,
Yeah, you don't know what a bear daddy is?
What's the difference between a bear
then it's
daddy
really
and a
close.
regular daddy?
He's hairy as fuck.
yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Why
that
is this
over
so
here would be
hilarious?
way better,
'Cause
right?
he's a
it's
bear.
not obtrusive.
But at least
Or
for
between-
right now.
You don't know what gay bears
Because
look
it's straight
like?
out from below
Yeah,
the
no, I've
mic
heard,
or
definitely
the
have
camera.
heard the term
Well,
gay
let's
bear.
consider this beta testing.
But-
So, like, what works best for right now?
man.
I think this
You
is
had to
probably
do
the
it.
best we can get.
Yeah.
But we can do better than that.
Let's do
Fuck
hot,
So, I mean-
hot
Huge,
gay
bro.
bears.
So maybe like from there to
Hot
here.
gay
like
bears.
this, like-
Will's
Or-
FBI agent is gonna be concerned about all
No, I
this.
think up
Oh.
and down and then upright.
Oh no, dude!
Um.
I was gonna text Chris and say, "Hey, Chris, I wanted to write you about mushrooms," but I'm like, "No, I'll wait till he's back." Because, dude,
Daddy.
Is he not
Yeah,
here?
look at that. Look
No,
at
no,
that.
We
him
call
and
that a...
him and
Oh,
Emily
look
are
at this one.
camping.
Oh,
wanna-
No,
man.
that's like two daddies, though. You
Yeah,
got two
well,
daddies.
you know, you never know.
No, you got
Look at
no.
that.
One of them might be a total twink in
We can-
disguise.
Wait, go
No,
back.
look up Papa
Oh,
Bear.
look at that
Go-
fine ass piece of man, dude.
Go back to the researchers one.
Yeah.
Might be a
This one?
in disguise.
Yeah, yeah, they might be twink in disguise. See, you never know. Like, yeah.
They're so weird, dude.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, what the fuck
Yeah.
is that stock photo?
No, you gotta have Papa
guys
Bear
grabbing each
and
other?
the cub. No, Papa Bear and Cub.
Oh, that
This
one's
is the
too
only
small.
way you're gonna be able to like tell from the picture.
Papa Bear and
Yeah.
Cub.
All right, now let's do twinks.
Well, no, that's obvious.
Winks.
That's obvious.
Not for Manny.
Educating Manny. Oh,
Oh! All right, we don't need to see
All
the
right, this is
full.
not TOS. All right, this is not TOS.
we need,
We're practicing.
we need like.
No, look up Papa Bear and Cub.
Look at all, you should go all first. Look at all the results,
How
dude.
did that
Every other one is
I know they're all. It's all porn, of course.
Dude,
No,
that was
PAPA.
a gnarly fucking
Papa
porn.
Bear, Cub.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
it's
No, not Papa Bears and Cub.
But there
Papa
were
Bear,
so
Cub.
many, like,
All right, see what comes up. See what comes
It's
up.
gonna be bears, dude.
It's actual bears.
That's why I'm like not Papa Bears and Cub.
Gay bears.
Yeah, we probably gotta put
Yeah,
gay.
probably gay
Human.
bears. Yeah.
Yeah, gay Papa Bear.
Humans. Gay Papa
All right, now they can see your face.
Kinda like
Oh,
that.
there we go. Oh, look at these masculine men.
All right, well the one in the center is definitely the Cub.
Look at these men
All right,
being masculine.
No.
Yes.
You can't tell. No, we're
Wait,
looking
no.
for a dynamic.
Wait, is this a? What is happening in this picture?
That is an actual.
It's a bear.
It's actual bears.
just cuddling.
They might be gay bears, but it doesn't matter because they're just
Why did
bears.
that come up on the gay one though?
It's such a roller coaster.
This
Yeah.
does not
Because,
include gay,
because you
is
see
that what that was?
the you see the cute
Oh,
bears.
see,
and
this one
All
has
right,
some
there's
nice
the Cub.
leather.
There's the Cub.
Why
Yeah.
is
Oh
there
yeah.
leather is what
And there's
I'm
the
saying.
beta. Okay.
Like
It's a
dresses. It's like
signifier
gay
of the
dressing.
culture.
Well, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harnesses. Do you know about harnesses?
Yeah.
What?
He
Like a-
really
yeah,
doesn't
regular
know.
harness,
He really
everyone
doesn't
knows about
know.
He really doesn't know.
No,
I
like
know.
it's like
I'm
a
gonna take
leather
this.
strap
Wear it
that
back.
goes
Yeah,
across here.
Yeah,
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 like those.
that.
Yeah, I know what those are.
That kind of harness. What do you think about that?
That's funny. It's kind of like it seems like it wouldn't be comfortable to wear at all.
No, but it's like the inkling
Yeah. Of what?
shirt.
Look
It's
at
like-
those
like
cum
a grab-
gutters.
What?
Those are called cum gutters.
Cum gutters.
Cum gutter.
You didn't know
that's
it's
so
called Because the cum rolls down. them.
That's fucked up.
I found my way there, Nick.
Look
He
at that
gets it.
beautiful
Culture.
specimen of man.
Damn, that's crazy because it is a signifier of the culture to wear this type of thing. It looks very uncomfortable.
Well, but see, you can grab it.
Yeah, it's for control. That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
sub.
I know, too.
That's a sub.
That's a sub.
Right, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a signifier of
Sub.
like.
But see, subs almost
not a
have to
sub.
be the hottest. That's the thing. It's like being a girl if you're like a hot, like subby twink, because you have to like be perfectly shaved, be perfectly muscular. You know, it's a lot of pressure to be a twink. Whereas gay
Is it
bears are
really?
more like men,
Yeah.
so they can be like slovenly and butch and gross.
Yeah.
Similar things in lesbians. You know what a butch lesbian looks like?
Yeah, there was one that worked at my
No.
middle school.
Dude, look at Butch Lesbian, Orange is the New Black. That is the perfect
No.
example.
Yeah.
Like indeed.
Yeah.
Right. They're just like, yeah. So it's the same thing. Gay
Look at that.
gay
look at
culturally,
That. Look at that picture.
No.
butch
Right
lesbians
here,
are
right here,
tops
right here.
Right.
Yeah, that's
sure.
because they're
That's
gonna
fair.
fuck young like hot
Unless
chicks.
they're verse. right?
Unless they're verse.
Oh.
Man, he's learning. Look at
know.
him learn.
It's
Look at you
learning.
learn. Look at you learn.
Unless they're a verse, which
Yeah.
is short for versatile.
Versatile. Right. So like
No,
Versatile.
that's called, no,
my
that's
friend-
called switch. That's called
well,
switch. Versatile is
versatile
switch.
is this both.
Versatile or versatile?
Versatile is more like
versatile.
Switch is sub-dom.
yeah,
Versatile
Yeah.
is gay, or is like top, bottom, and gay.
Well, in verse,
Yeah.
I
That
think
makes
is
sense.
more like you're
Oh.
So they're
willing.
two different things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Versatile is more of your like how you express your sexuality.
Yeah.
And switch is like how you enjoy it given to you. If that makes
See,
sense.
I feel like this is a bunch of
They're-
dudes
they're-
Does that
getting off
confuse,
what they
does
get
that
off
confuse
on.
you at all?
It looks like
Does
a.
that confuse you?
I know she
Let me
has
ask
no
you a question.
interest in me.
Does confuse you?
But no.
It does.
I know she has no interest in me,
I
but I
was-
know she'd be a great Zarya.
I was
Look at
actually
her
thinking
fucking
about
shoulders,
those
though, dude.
shoes.
Look at
Those
her
are
fucking
Tim's,
shoulders.
probably
Dude,
6
cosplay Zarya for the love
Bro,
of
look at her
God.
shoulders right now, dude.
She's
I mean,
swole, bro.
Damn, bro.
No, her
She- I mean,
deltoids are
swole.
fucking built.
She's a fucking model, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like, regardless, look at her face.
Yeah.
But what
you're
I'm saying is,
that she's butch and she has to look the best, or what are you saying? She's
No.
butch.
Well,
and
no,
she
she's
has to
butch.
make it work.
She's
She's
she
butch,
is
so-
what she is.
yeah, I'm just
No,
saying, like,
guessing
now
what
like
she
a
might be.
femme lesbian.
Or,
What?
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Lipstick or whatever.
oh yeah,
you
this
wanna
is
call it.
that's more like a
That's-
real. This is a butch lesbian right there.
What you mostly see though is this.
Femme lesbians
Well,
will,
yeah,
will
Orange
just
is the
look
New
like
Black.
regular
Yeah, like
girls.
A femme lesbian is this is like a hot.
They'll just,
lesbian.
like-
Wait, this is clueless.
Yeah, femme lesbians are everywhere.
It's literally clueless. Is she a
I've never actually
lesbian?
seen Clueless, but I
Dude,
know what it
the
is.
fuck,
It's
you gotta
dumb.
watch it, bro.
Just
It's
do
the best.
lipstick.
Yeah, just do
It's
lesbian.
the best movie you've ever
But like
seen.
my friend Carly, who came over the other night, you saw
Yeah,
her
that's
right?
but
No.
She's
then she
she's
has
a
a
super
femme
butch
girlfriend.
girl.
Yeah.
She had a femme girlfriend, and she is the most player
Oh, please,
chick
let me see.
I've
She's a
ever
Leo.
known. Oh my god,
She's a
she
Leo.
just
She's a fucking Leo.
destroys girls.
She just destroys pussy, dude.
She destroys it, and her
Just runs through it.
her specialty is straight girls. She will find a straight
Oh,
girl
God.
and be like, "I will fuck that straight chick."
Damn.
Like
crazy.
she is
And it happens?
all the
I
fucking
felt like
time.
her girlfriend
Like,
right now
she
might
is.
be a little bit
I
straight.
guarantee Carly is
Really?
fucking
Yeah, her
all,
girlfriend that
more
she's
girls than all of us combined.
The girl she was with, I don't know about that. The girl, I'm just kidding. The
What?
girl she was with
She's fucked
seemed
so many girls.
pretty straight in
Right,
some respects.
exactly.
So I feel like she may have actually, this is her first lesbian relationship or something. You know
It-
what I mean?
it kinda was.
This girl is
I-
like
I
a
hung
lady
out with
killer.
them. I
She
hung out with
fucking-
them
Yeah.
For
You
the
can
next
tell
night
she's
for
got
like 4
swagger.
hours, and they totally got in a fight, and it was classic. Like
When the
I
first night of the meeting?
No,
the second
night
night.
after we saw
night
her.
after you saw her,
On the day
we
after
hung
her
out.
birthday.
She came in, and I showed her around the house. So
Oh,
she
wait,
could
that
remember
was
all-
Carly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we met
Carly.
her outside
And
talking
then-
to
Oh,
my girlfriend.
Okay, okay.
She's
I'm
one of
sorry.
my
I
oldest.
remembered.
She's one of
Yeah.
my oldest, bestest
Yeah.
friends, honestly.
Yeah.
But I've learned so much about like dominant lesbians.
This was her
Right.
room.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is her room.
that's the girl.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
the ones
And
that
she
were
laid,
out.
she laid so many
yeah.
girls in this room. Like you should be proud.
Carrying the legacy
She-
on, Will.
she
Let's
laid
go.
so
You
many
gotta,
girls
You gotta
here.
do her proud.
Like and straight girls,
Yeah.
because so
We'll-
many
we'll
straight
fuck
girls
straight
are a
girls,
little
too. Most of the
little
time.
bi, right?
Yeah.
Well,
and she would bring so many back
I'll
and
say this,
convince them.
as
It's
long
crazy.
as it wasn't convincing straight girl. But again, I think everyone. I
That's
think
literally the
no,
wording
no,
you just used.
no, no. I don't think so. I
It
don't
was
think so.
predatory, Will. It was
was
straight
predatory,
predatory.
dude.
Like she would take girls who
So,
were at the bar
please,
and
yeah,
looking
No, I
for a
don't know what
guy,
you're doing.
Yeah.
This is a
and she'd
nasty
be like,
one.
"Wouldn't you rather maybe go home with me and I will treat you right?" And they would be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then
It's easy.
But I feel
That's
like
not,
someone,
that's not like bad convincing her.
No,
That's
no,
like,
'cause
she's
no,
into it.
she wasn't.
Again,
I don't think she
Manny,
was raping.
Yeah.
well, no,
She
'cause-
was just. She was a strong presence.
But all right, if it was the
Fair.
difference between getting someone super blackout drunk to the point where they wouldn't make any
No,
other
no,
decision,
no.
You're right?
She was bringing these
and I
girls
don't
back to
think it
turn
was
them into
that.
girlfriends too.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But
like,
if someone is
Fucking ruthless.
within
Carly could not sleep alone. Like she went through a 2-week period where she had to sleep alone in this room. She came up and slept with me,
Oh my god.
and it was only because she begged. And I told her, I'm like, like it's gonna be a little difficult for me. Like I'm a straight boy and you're a girl who's in my bed. And she's like, I understand, but I can't.
She's like, Nick, I can feel you poking me, and you're like, oh, sorry.
But she was,
yeah.
she's not into boys. Like
Nick,
she's
I'm
really
pregnant
not
now.
into boys.
Damn.
And I'm not gonna fucking molest her. She was my good friend.
femme.
So she came and slept in my room because
Ah,
she
yes.
could not go a week
But
without
she's femme.
having a girl in her bed.
damn,
Like
girl.
that's how fucking
she's
addicted
femme.
she is.
damn.
And I follow her on Instagram now, and it's the
Femme
same
and
thing where,
Damn,
like,
that's fine.
if she
They double
drops
up
a girl,
everywhere.
if she drops a girl, she rebounds less than a month every time.
Yeah.
Every time. It's
I mean,
amazing.
Objectively, that
That's
is game.
incredible.
It's like,
It is
oh,
incredible.
It is game.
It's
That
game.
takes a lot.
But
of,
now
like,
she's
self-
she hit her 30s.
She just really likes herself.
And I think maybe it's starting to catch up with her a little because she's like, all these girls only last 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? Like she just moves on too
But
much.
she has so
because
much
they're not
energy and she
fucking
can
gay.
deal with
What do
that.
you mean?
Well, she's a 7.
It's because they're not
She's
gay,
7.
dude.
But I'm a 7. What does that mean
It's
for me?
science,
What's
man.
What do
money?
you think's gonna
It's
happen?
math.
Exactly.
She's just now learning that.
Exactly. And then
Maybe
she
she's
gets left
not.
for a guy.
She's like, they'll
and
come
then,
on with me one
no,
night.
no, no,
Yeah,
wait.
for like
this
a little while.
this
they'll
is
be
a
into it.
classic
Yeah.
lesbian trap. Is like
Yeah.
if they seduce a girl
A trap
and
or
then
a trope.
Both.
Yeah.
And then, if they leave for a guy,
This is the
the
worst.
girl will be brokenhearted
Yeah.
as if you betrayed them just
For-
by going to a man.
Yeah, it's even worse
And
than
it's
if you left
so
another
so
girl.
then you're
Yeah.
guilting them bisexually,
Yeah.
and sometimes they will be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry," and they'll come back. And that was the time where Carly was maybe
And
a
you know
little
what's crazy?
manipulative.
Is
But
like
if
I
they
feel
came
like
back
it's
after the fact, it's like, okay, well, were
Why?
they
The opposite.
strictly straight?
No.
Maybe not.
No, there are
Which I
plenty
don't
of
think
bi girls
anyone
out there
is
who
strictly
are like
straight.
75% straight,
Yeah.
and that 25% was the part that Carly would use for 2 months.
I think it's really
Yeah.
interesting you said
With
that,
you.
that you said that
To
that
have
she
somebody
would-
sleep in her bed with her.
Yeah.
She was really straightforward about how she
Yeah,
cannot be
makes
alone.
sense.
terrible.
I thought it was interesting how you said like when she would leave, they would leave for a guy. It would be so much more of a betrayal because like as a man, and I've had this happen to me.
A
Like
girl
I
leaving for a
dated
guy,
a girl
or
that
girl
was
leaving for a girl.
possibly like maybe bi, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and she left, and then the next person she dated was a girl, and I was like,
Wow. Yeah.
because you can't get any better until you go to a girl. Like, you know what I mean? That's the way I think of it.
It
Right?
also-
so it's like I fucking did it, dude. I turned her lesbian. She can't get any better.
She can't.
Like,
no, she can't.
but I mean, that's more of just a
Well-
pacification.
That's like the macho.
It's more of like a
Feeling-
what am I rationalizing?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Right, it's like
You know?
that's
And
the
then
macho.
you know,
that's a
fine
macho.
with me.
That's a macho rationale.
Right, and that's fine with me.
That's
Because
so
in that
funny.
case, I don't really. It doesn't affect me in any other way besides like that's
Also-
pretty dope.
also-
So now she's
I'd rather
verse.
her leave me for a girl than a guy.
Because now she's
also
verse.
also one of the things I learned
Now she's first.
is that is one of the things I
That's
learned
a
by
good
being
use
friends
that
with
she's
Carly.
actually
I think
just bi because of
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
But
okay,
also-
yeah.
lesbian sex
Versus,
varies
again, like,
Oh,
at
right,
least as
right,
much
yeah.
as
Yeah.
straight sex.
how you receive, how you
Receive.
No, how you express, like
how
your
you-
top
How
or
you
your
express
bottom,
your
how you-
sex.
yeah.
Yeah.
butcher.
Well, how you
Are
express
butcher,
your
you femme?
desire.
How you express your
Yeah.
desire for sex.
It's
Versatile
different than
is
expressing your gender or
vers-
your preference.
Right.
Yeah.
Your desire is a whole third
Yeah,
thing.
and it goes between that like masculine to feminine, as we call it, or butch and femme in their cases. Like, but butch is not
And sub
necessarily
and
a word
dom.
you can use outside of that culture if you're not speaking about it like respectfully, right? That's another that can
Yeah.
be used as kind of a slur if you're not a lesbian in the community or speaking with one or have
How did all
kind
you-
of a
Manny,
B
you
card,
you
right?
have
Like-
her on top sometimes, right?
Yeah.
she's
Okay.
like dominating you a little bit. That makes
Does
you.
she? Yeah. Does she
don't
do
like
anything
it.
But
that
you
is
like
you
to-
don't like it?
I like it a little.
Yeah,
I
when
like
she takes
it.
control. What if she
course I
like?
like
What does she do?
What if
that
she
you
Still
don't
like
like?
sex,
pushes you? What if
of
she like
course.
pushes you over and then just like pulls your pants down, like sucks your dick? Right? You're being
Whoa.
dominated, right?
Yeah.
And that's sick. But then you like to like fuck the shit out of her sometimes.
Yeah.
That's you dominating. That makes you.
A dom.
But what does she do
Verse.
that makes you-
Verse.
Everyone.
Or, no,
is
sorry.
versed to some
I'm sorry.
degree.
That's switch. Sorry, that's a switch. Versus like between your desires. That's how you deliver, how you receive.
Yeah, versus more the
Most of your
delivery.
desires. So
Versus more the
yeah,
delivery.
and then you're like how yeah. So we're talking.
Switch is like you can sort of feel either.
Yeah.
Verse is like you're willing to
Yeah,
do
so you're,
either.
You're dominating.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So switches, you're dominating or you're being submissive.
because you
and
know, honestly,
Versus you're
I,
playing
I,
either role.
I dated a girl.
If that makes sense.
I dated a girl.
The femme or the witch.
Yeah.
I dated a
Because you
girl.
can be either as a femme or a witch.
I dated a girl who was very
Makes
sub,
sense.
and she was always telling me ways in which I could dominate her.
Yeah.
So, but she was a very smart girl too, and we started talking about it intellectually.
Sure.
And then I was
As
like,
one
well,
should.
could you try and dominate me so that I would learn
Understand how it is.
one of the things you like? She couldn't do
It's
it
not
very
really a
well.
thing, because-
And she actually told me before she
What
started,
did
she's
you
like,
want her
she's
to
like,
do that she
I've-
didn't do is the question
Well,
here.
so
Well,
you
that's the
could
thing.
learn.
It's
I didn't know.
It's
I didn't
ineffable.
know.
Yeah,
I
at
didn't
that
know.
point it's ineffable because that's something that you don't know what you don't know, right? You've never been there,
Right.
you haven't had your
Right.
But
right?
you're all well versed on
But you can't
the
express if you're not a
intricacies of-
dominant
well-versed
person. You
enough,
can't
but you can
dominate
only
someone.
know
You
so
have to
much.
have that. You have to feel that,
also, do you
and
know
that's
how
where like
like
being a switch
Oh,
comes in.
as being
when you're
dom.
first getting
Yeah.
to know a
You have
girl,
to have
especially
both spirits.
if you're first dating a girl,
Yeah.
you're usually exploring the idea of what she is sort of open to and what she's going to be into,
Right.
right?
And you also fantasize about in your head what you think
And what you hope,
expect
and what
and
you
what
do, and
hope.
you
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Girls don't actually do that.
They know what they're gonna do.
They hope
And they
that
want
you
you to
are
do
hitting
that,
the target, and hopefully the best ones of them move you to like left and right.
And a lot of times
But
they
they're
will
not
tell you.
analyzing what you want exactly, unless they're like a stripper or a
Right.
really dominant.
But I mean,
girl.
some girls do.
Yeah.
You know, some girls.
I mean,
ask.
Some girls
ideally
are-
they
yeah,
do.
they ask, but a
but
lot of
have
times
you?
girls-
I'm sure you have met girls who like
Yeah.
don't, and you're almost like bummed because you're like, I'm spending a lot of mental effort here to figure out what I can do for you. How much are you actually spending for me?
None. Yeah.
Sometimes none, and then you're like, well, I still want to have
No.
sex, and I'm still going to enjoy it, but, you know, if you did spend a little effort
Yeah.
thinking about what might turn me on,
Yeah.
it would make the whole situation better.
Yeah, you have to.
And some girls just don't. That was my problem with Megan.
Yeah, they
Megan
have to
just
tell
would
you.
not only would she not tell me, but she wouldn't even think about it.
Fuck.
She would like
It was
resisted
her
thinking about
her.
it. She
No,
just
that's
wanted to like
exactly
get
what she
drunk
wanted.
and stoned and have like sex magically happen.
But
Just
you
like
want-
perfectly. I'm gonna be drunk and stoned to a certain degree, and sex will just happen, and it'll be great, and then we'll stop and we'll cuddle. And I was like,
Fingers crossed.
I'm like, okay, we're not 17.
Yeah.
We're not 16.
Wait,
here.
what did you want?
I'm
You wanted a
confused.
plan?
I'm
You wanted a
confused
plan
about
of
that.
action.
no, you want
Just
to
like-
communication.
She had no architecture.
Of like being romantic and.
Or
Like,
because she couldn't even think of the steps that she would prefer to go through to come to orgasm, ideally.
oh, like
Oh,
actual
you
during
mean
sex.
in bed?
The whole process!
The whole thing. So all
From
the
make
romantic
out,
things-
from
It-
make
it was
out
just
to
the
full
wild,
orgasm.
like, it was
even
the
going
wild
to
fucking
making
wild.
out.
Leading up to
what,
that.
What is
Y-
she
yeah. Did she want a French
building up to-
kiss?
No,
more?
maybe like building up to that, like touching and like feeling, be like, this is what we're like getting.
I mean,
into,
she was
like,
a
before you even
heterosexual.
kiss,
She was
right?
a heterosexual girl. We
Yeah.
we were doing all these things, but she had no
Straight
blueprint in
Right.
her idea of like what could. She's literally like a 16-year-old. It's
Yeah.
like you're thinking like, I know I like this, but I'm not sure this way or that way or
Right.
this thing or that thing. I don't know.
But
And then
you
they
have to
don't
decide.
come.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they're like, why didn't I come? And you're like, well, you didn't tell me any of the ways I could help you to make you come.
Yeah.
I tried some things, and I moved around. And, like, I was doing active work.
I've dated that.
shake
I've
that,
dated
wiggled
that
in
girl
there.
before.
It's
Yeah.
it's like
I
the
have it. I
dead
don't know
fish
that.
or something. It's like
and
the,
it's not even honestly with the girl I dated. Very
A
similar.
dead
Not even a
fish.
dead fish situation, but more of like a.
I see.
Oh, it's not perfect.
Frigid.
When
Frigid
everything's
was the old
happening,
name for
yeah,
that.
sure, that's a good
Frigid.
way. When
That's kind of a
not
derogatory
everything's
term-
going the proper
term, though.
way, it just can't be. It can't happen. It won't exist without everything going like it's like the fairy tale kind of situation.
They
extending
had
into sex.
one time,
Yeah.
and that's the only time where they really came very hard.
Yeah.
And it was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're like, why can't I just recreate this perfect one time? And they won't tell you exactly how that happened because they don't even remember.
Well, I mean,
It's brutal.
that's the thing. It's like sometimes, like yeah, or it's like
sound
with
like-
you, they
yeah.
want that same thing they had with you one time
Yeah.
that they
Sounds
can't.
awful.
No, like,
Except
or
that
they'll
that's
literally tell you about an ex-boyfriend. This was the thing with Megan. She had lived with a guy for literally like 7 years.
It's like you and I.
And it was like, and then she would tell me like, well, we had sex, like, not that great a lot, but every once in a while it was really good. And I was like, great. What happened during that time that was really good? Couldn't remember. Couldn't
Okay, so I'm,
couldn't explain it. Couldn't tell me. She was like,
Same.
I don't know. We were drunk.
that's wild.
Great, you were drunk. What? That
I
doesn't
have
help
no
me.
Wait, how
I
is
have no idea. So let me little sidebar, like a little bit of like
It was
an
terrible.
anecdote.
But you have to
Let me
try
hit you with an
everything.
anecdote.
I did try everything. I
mean-
spanked her, and she goes, "No, don't do that." I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I
Yeah.
won't spank you anymore.
Yeah.
So
So
I
I had
tried
this-
various things, and she would say no.
And maybe things you've done before that worked, and then you do it again. You're like, they're like, no, not that. I don't like that. And you're like, but wait, it worked before.
It worked for another girl.
But so here, no, for even her. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes,
Oh.
like But I was with the girl one time that every time she would bust nut, you know what I'm saying? Every time
Yeah.
she would come, she would literally like black out. Like she would just black out.
like, what?
She would just go like limp and just kind of like vibrate and like her like head would roll back,
What
and then she'd like
the-
come back and you could
what?
tell she was kind of confused for a second, and then be like, okay, we're
That's
where we
wild.
are.
What
Right.
the fuck?
Do you think perchance?
Do
She
you
blacked
think
out every
perchance?
time she came, and she just doesn't remember.
Oh, damn.
Because like that's the
Maybe.
thing that
That's like
happens,
a
and it's
Chinese
happened
riddle.
to me. I've seen it happening, and like it's just, I don't know. Possible.
Did she talk about it?
Oh, she told me. I was like, that was kind of weird, wasn't it? Like you just kind of like went weird.
What'd she
and
say?
played. And she was like, that just happens when I come. I just black
I
out.
black out.
I just black out every time I come. And I was like, all right.
I mean,
for
what a
sure.
what
That
a
was like-
what a
Well, I'm
bummer
not gonna
for
say
her
that.
though.
No, pass me another claw.
You guys
Like,
have met her, the girl I'm talking about.
As soon
It's-
as
it's
I
not
am
my girl.
at like endorphin central moment, I lose consciousness and can't remember it. That's kind of a curse.
No, I mean, I'm sure.
I mean, it must be. I would imagine it's so overwhelmingly.
Can you
blissful that
imagine
your
if
brain
you
shuts
blacked out every time you were coming, like before it
But
actually
it's
happened?
after.
Have you ever blacked
It's
out?
after.
Like not from drinking?
It's
No.
after. It's like,
Like from
during,
drugs, like
he
a whip
said-
it or something.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, I've come
Have you ever
really
like
close.
or like ketamine or something, and like you're going to this point of like euphoria where your brain is just
Yeah.
losing all the oxygen in the house,
yeah.
and you're just like,
Yeah,
and that moment
yeah.
stretched out into infinity.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I
Can't
still
you
remember
imagine
it. I
something
still
like-
remember it.
Sort of.
Did
You
remember
imagine
it?
some version of it. But it's not really what you're imagining and remembering. And
guess.
so for her, I can only imagine that you'd lose perception to a point where it was just, you're like coming, you're like, oh, I'm nutting, and then your brain just like gives you that moment where
Okay, but let me
you
ask
black
you
out and you
this.
go into infinity.
Did she
and then
only
you come
come
back.
once?
Yeah, I mean every time we did it
Every
because
time
we
she
only
passes,
fucked
she
we only
blacks
fucked
out.
around
This
for
bitch
like
is
a month and a half.
sleepless
Because
girl.
we
I'll
fucked
bet,
a lot of
I'll bet
times.
if you had a girl that only came once and blacked out,
You mean
what if you made her come
Fainting
5
goats.
times
in a
that night?
row? Yeah, no. So
Would
I
she
think-
black out
I
every
think the
time?
I think the most I made her come in the night
Yeah.
was like 2 or 3 times, but like it was really. It
I
was
don't
really.
know.
It was
I
really.
never
was
had a
going to
girl
turn
black
this
You have to
stream on
start
right
all
now.
It was
over
really
again.
easy with this girl because she just was sensitive in that way, and that may have led to this kind of like oversensitive in the brain too. But like it was very obvious that like when it was happening,
That's
she was
wild.
not there.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I think I would find that a little disconcerting.
It was disconcerting, and it kind of made it not as sexy in ways, and it was like hard to like maintain like kind of a thing. But it was cool. Like she was open about it at least, and like told me it was going on. Like after I asked, I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And she's like, "Yeah, like you kind of black out." When I cool.
I mean,
Thanks for that.
That
Thanks,
helps.
man.
Yeah.
Thanks
No,
for
it
the
helps. Yeah, it
advice.
helps. But like, it just.
I mean,
it's a
I've
very
had
strange
girls
thing to happen.
who get the
The
twitch,
shakes
the
and stuff.
twitchy.
Yeah, the like earthquakes.
I've
Just, like,
had that
bro,
myself
shit's
from
nuts.
really good
When it-
company. It was
Right,
like,
when you're
whoa!
just in your legs, just like
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Like,
Those
you
are good.
tripped over,
That's
like-
good. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, the one time
Fall.
I had sex on Molly, like I
Yeah.
felt like I was gonna have a seizure.
That
or
shit's
something.
crazy.
I was
I've
like,
only
this is
had
too much.
I've only had one insane experience with my
Really?
Yeah,
My
it was
ex-
too
Your
much.
body was.
my
just-
ex on ecstasy.
No, it's more like my blood-brain barrier was being flooded with crazy chemicals.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I went to this like it was I think it was a Valentine's Day party, but it was like an 80s like neon like windbreaker like neon colors like party. And it was with my ex, and we took these like little white. We actually left the party, went back to my dorm. We took these little white ecstasy pills. They had glitter in them, and they had a Puma print. And we took them. This was like 2012.
I like how you signed.
And 2013, we took them, and just like it was real slow and chill and like very Molly feeling, and it came up, and then that night like it was not planned at all, and I think that's what made it so crazy because we just like we're just cuddling and stuff and like fucked, and that was like that was the one, and I've had sex on ecstasy with her and other like it just is never like that, and for some reason it just so it almost felt like I was gonna black out when I was nutting, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh my brain, and it
Yeah.
gets all like tingly on your head, and you're just like feels like electricity. It's fucking crazy. Like going through your brain.
Yeah.
I was
It's a
just
wild
having,
feeling,
like,
and your whole body's like,
yeah.
yeah, your body does that anyway on
like a
ecstasy, so you can
crackhead.
imagine. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of like a crack.
But it was beautiful.
But beautiful.
Like, I don't believe in
Is there
God.
still
Like,
one of these?
I'm a fucking mad, like, I'm a mad atheist till I die.
Are you?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm
Committed
You're a
atheist?
faithful Christian.
I don't believe in. Not mad. I'm not like angry.
How do you know God doesn't exist?
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. Is that I believe
Because
God
you-
exists. And I believe God exists.
Because
in
you
certain
don't
things.
believe in him, Nick.
No. There's a difference between not believing and
I believe
being
God exists.
confirmed that He doesn't.
Well,
Right. Well, here's the
How
thing.
do you
It's the
suppose
things
that
the things that Christian religion would tell you don't exist are proven in certain ways. You know what I mean?
To not exist.
To exist.
Wait, what?
Like we have like well, there's more proof to it. Like there's more things that tell us that the Earth is older than certain age.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
there
But
are
that
just-
doesn't automatically prove that God doesn't exist. That
No,
just
I'm
proves
saying
the
that-
Bible's wrong.
I'm saying that it's unlikely
Well,
that
everyone-
there's a person in the sky that's making everything happen because everything was not created that way,
no.
the way that they say it was.
Right,
so why
but-
would
but-
it be there? So my
But
point
what
is-
if there's a God
so,
that
like, hear me
created
out.
the
Hear
whole
me out.
universe?
Well, there is, right?
Oh,
What was that?
well, I don't know.
The Big Bang.
The Big Bang.
But Big
So
Bang
if the
is
Big
a
Bang-
sentient being.
The
No,
Big
but neither
Bang.
does God have to be a sentient being.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Well, by
be
definition.
science.
By definition.
If there is a God,
God
then
is our
yes.
energy in
God
our
can
universe.
That's
be
not God then.
science.
That's not God.
But that's to me as a scientist. There's nothing
not
else.
God.
There's no big
How do
dude
you
in the sky.
define? How do you?
There's no big dude in the sky.
Yeah.
How do you
So
define?
there's
that's what I'm
no
saying.
there's no
To
super
me,
intelligence.
that energy flowing through universe,
Okay,
all of the energy
so-
we all experience is all the
All right,
same
all right.
energy.
No,
you
I
know
get it.
what
I
I'm
get it. I
saying?
get it.
And
Let
that's
me
like
ask you
kinda
this,
God.
Nick. Let me ask you this. Why did we end up existing?
Chance.
Pure chance.
Yeah, and the only reason we're here to experience it is because we got that lucky.
That's
And like, if
kind
you
of
think about it,
interesting.
there's so many planets that could have had the same thing happen. There's just a little bit wrong with them, just one tiny thing. And ours is perfect for
Okay.
supporting life, being the right distance from its star, the right size star, the
Okay.
right amount of gravitation, the
Sure.
right spin,
Sure.
so to keep the temperature right. The
Sure.
flow of oceans and water and fresh water.
What do you
and
have
the
to say to
And
that,
it's not that
Nick?
there,
Well-
and it's not that there's one set of things that could create life. It's that the things that were here were perfect for the type of life we have now, and that's it.
Nick
Yeah,
versus
but-
Nick. Go.
Yeah, but we didn't have to end up in intelligence. You know what I mean?
No, but that's the final
It could've
outcome of
just been-
something that continues as evolution and evolutionary fitness
Nick
and the
fires
survival
back.
of
Okay,
Darwinism does.
so you
is
were
it will
kind of-
progress-
Fires
it will
back at
proceed
Nick.
towards perfection.
You were kind of
Oh.
perfection.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's perfection?
Continual evolution of the species and betterment of the species towards that goal of survival, right? And it's never going to get to perfection, but moving towards that is the goal, right? There's always no species will sustain if it doesn't have some advantage of over another species, making them more perfect for their environment, right? To fill a niche.
So you're saying it was
So if
more
you have two things in a niche,
advantageous.
this is absolutely true.
No, that's
It's
not
proven.
absolutely true.
It's proven in every ecosystem on the planet. There's
Well-
no two animals that can fill a niche and still survive at the same rate. You'll always watch one drop below the other, right?
Yeah, little baby.
Yes,
Where'd you get the
but
bottle of tequila?
the just using the
CBS.
word perfection.
No, moving
CBS.
towards. There's no true perfection,
2
and
for
that's the
1.
idea. Perfecting,
1.5 off.
not perfection.
Right, but
Let's say.
perfection
What?
implies a
Oh, I was
destination.
gonna say, what the fuck?
It implies a goal.
Should've
Well,
called me, I
infinity is
would've
a destination,
definitely
too.
have
So that's
gone
not, then
for
there
No, I
is
still
no
owe you.
perfection.
Right, and that's what I said.
That was
We're
fine.
moving
That
towards.
was 2 for
We're
1.
perfecting, right? Every
Oh,
We're still fine.
iteration
For
gets
the next
better
can't
than the last, so it
perfect-
doesn't
Fine.
persist.
No, no. Everything is adapting to
I'm not
the
working at
current
Beach Street
circumstances.
anymore.
in which
Exactly.
they're-
Exactly.
So
Right.
the current circumstances
Good
are
for
also
you. Good for
changing.
all
Right.
of us.
Therefore,
Good
it
for all
can
of
never
us.
be
Yeah.
perfect.
Exactly, and that's the
Okay,
principle.
so don't
that we're-
use the word perfection then.
Well,
Hey,
no,
Nick,
we're
fist bump.
For why?
Nick
okay, so
versus Nick.
Let's
White
call it,
supremacist. I'm kidding.
let's call it specialization. Then.
Take it back!
Yeah.
Take it back!
No, no, no. If a brown person witnesses it, makes
Let's
it
call
true.
it. Let's call it
He
specialization.
started it.
Oh,
He
you
started
found me
it.
out, man. You found me out.
Everyone, hey, everyone.
I'm genetically better than you. You didn't know it. You didn't realize it this whole time.
He's been hiding out in
Yeah,
California.
so moving
this
I
whole
just don't
time.
like the word
You
perfection.
fucking
Nick,
We're
but we can talk about
We're
it.
We're
specializing, right? We're specializing.
No,
Nick
because some
versus
species move towards
Nick.
generalization.
Nick
but
versus
In
Nick.
what way?
Nick versus Nick, one at a time.
Go.
Go.
No, in what way?
some species move towards generalization
me an
because the
example.
best way they can optimize their survival,
Exactly.
not their niche.
So, like you said,
not their niche.
Start the timer.
Like a raccoon or a black bear, they can move between niches. But if they're in an environment where another specialist
Yeah.
could dominate one of their
yeah.
other niches
So
better than
that's
them,
adaptation, and that's not evolution. We're talking about two different things now.
adaptation is a form of evolution.
No, it's not. It's not.
All right, all right, go, go, go. All right,
Adaptation
go,
is
go.
not.
Alright,
Adaptation is using the set
I
of
mean,
things you have to
perfection
move
is
towards
not a part of
All right, no, here.
No,
big
it's
point.
specialization.
All right, all right. Fayok, go.
perfection.
specialization.
No, all right,
I used a
we're
word
gonna
that was
moderate.
not.
We're
It's
gonna
Nick
moderate.
Nick
Fayok,
versus
go.
Nick. Nick
Now you guys are
versus
just
Nick.
I want to
Now
talk
it's
about
your
whether or
turn.
not God exists instead
Yeah,
of
and so
evolution.
my
'Cause I
point-
actually do know evolution
Well, no,
theory.
no. Adaptation
Um,
no,
but
all right, hold on. So,
But I'm
part
saying-
of the let me say one thing against you is if you're saying all the ways in
One
which
moderator.
Earth is special
Nick versus
for us
Cheers.
to come to fruition
Mhm.
for whatever reason,
Mhm.
doesn't that sort of imply that we have a universe designed
vagina.
towards
Who
things
would've
that
even thought
become
about that?
do we need to
smart
start
and
this conversation
powerful?
up
What I'm
again?
saying
With the right
is
setup.
that it's
And so
amazing
maybe
when
God
you think of the asshole as a
Also
vagina.
comes
Yeah.
from the
Have you ever
universe.
played the game of life?
Isn't
You
that
gotta-
crazy?
What?
The game of life.
No,
Yeah.
don't start that.
But I'm just
So-
saying, like, shouldn't there be a God
Prostate
who
feels
created our
awesome.
universe?
We'll talk about that later.
Because maybe they
It's
The-
Nick
uh,
versus Nick.
the
are the
practice stream
perfect
has already heard about
being
And
of
it's a
some
dude.
kind
Never
of.
had a
There's no
finger
doubting, and
pie.
I've never doubted that, and
I
that's
know,
why
but
I
to think of
usually
it.
would say that I'm agnostic.
Oh, okay.
Right? But in
Okay.
a lot of situations,
Well, I agree.
atheism
I'm agnostic
fits
as
my,
well.
Atheism fits my role better because atheism didn't It really doesn't though, because like I said, God does
What is
exist.
that? Is that
God does exist in things, right?
Those look like poppers.
They're just vapes.
They-
Yeah, they do. They fucking or like a fucking like a
Yeah,
nitrous.
yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
So
That's
God
proper.
exists in
Put it right
things,
in.
right? As in energy and stuff like that. But I'm not saying. I'm saying there's no.
Okay.
There's no
So
person.
I just wanted
is
to
my
to
view.
hear you more say that you are actually agnostic, because you can't prove that God doesn't exist.
Well, no one can,
Right.
and no
I'm
one can prove
agnostic.
that
So
he
you
does.
can't be atheist. No
But-
one can be atheist.
But no one can prove that he does.
So it was
you
a
can
trick
be
question.
religious and
Right,
prove,
so you
not
can't
be able
be
to prove that he does, but you can.
Right,
You can
I
be
know.
Christian. So it doesn't really work both
Well,
ways.
no,
so
I agree.
That's why I don't agree with those terms.
Yeah,
There's something between
well-
atheism and agnosticism that I
Well,
am, and that's where I exist, and that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
I feel like I'm always been agnostic, but I
Right.
am anti-religion.
Yes, absolutely.
Religion
That's
is
a good way to
bad.
put it. That's a good way to put it. And because religion is really
What
just
about,
people.
like-
It's a
people
social
giving,
construct
People are setting rules.
that has
to,
hurt us way more than it's helped us.
well, it's
What
either
about
setting rules to make
Buddhism
people
and,
feel like they're being
Tibetan
better
Buddhists?
Well, that's also a religion and a type of philosophy.
people. It's a philosophy,
Yeah.
and that's what I
but
like. to think of
Christianity,
Buddhism
in
as,
some ways, is philosophy too. What is the golden rule? The golden rule that
Treat
Jesus
others as you
supposedly
wanna be
told us.
treated, yeah.
That's
Well,
a
yeah.
philosophy.
And
then
that's
we're gonna
really
talk-
Yeah,
what
but
religion
what-
is.
what-
It's people thousands of years ago and being like, hey, we're here and we have no idea why we're here. And because people are starting to think about
Yeah,
things and stuff like
exactly.
that. And they're like, we gotta fucking figure it out. See weird shit happen. Do this. Put an explanation to it. Put
Right,
words to
right,
it.
right, right.
And what ended up happening is some of the best fiction books of all time.
No,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
What really happened?
Fiction bestsellers
Well, really-
are religious texts,
what
right?
really-
Because everyone has a copy of it in
What
their
really
respective
happened and
country,
fucked us
right?
over
And
was
that's just-
someone along the way said, "I know what God wants more than you,
And that's the issue
and
with
now
Christian
give
religions,
me
yeah.
money."
Yeah.
No.
No, there's the
And
whole
that's
reason
how
now.
that's how we got religion.
Well, I mean,
can't
like
do it. I
anything,
can only
humans,
believe in
like
God.
anything, humans, when it gets sufficiently large, will try to corrupt it by
The
taking advantage
exploitation.
of it, right?
Yeah.
They'll exploit
Sure.
it in any way they can. And
That's why I'm anti-religious, because
monetizing
religion
things-
is designed around exploitation.
Monetizing things
it's not
happens across-
designed around spirituality.
for
Yeah.
real.
And
Yeah.
Jesus himself was against a lot of religious architecture at the time. The Pharisees and the Sadducees were
Yeah.
these people
Bro.
who were saying, we are the conduit to God, and you can't get to God unless you
Yeah.
go through us.
And you know,
All that shit
it's crazy.
destroyed
It's
us
crazy
as
because
humans.
if Jesus
Or gophers.
if Jesus and like very very likely Jesus
Because of that
was
fact.
Jesus was
I
a
know.
historical person, right? Jesus of Nazareth
I
could
agree.
have been a historical person.
I totally
But guess
think he
what
was.
he was, dude? He was a fucking
He was a rogue
manipulating
preacher.
street magician.
Eh,
Right? No, I'm serious.
What
he
about
went
the
around.
water in a wine?
That's what I'm saying. He's making magic tricks, and people are like, "This dude is the
So do you
Son
think
of
that-
God."
I think it's the
It
opposite.
is him?
I think he taught things that were so revolutionary ethically.
People made up stories.
They
of him.
made up fantasies about him because he
and
was
that's
so
how,
smart.
and that's
Probably.
also been proven in some other like stories in life and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like other texts come about, and it's like, whoa, this makes way more sense because this is like a fanization. This is like Harry Potter.
right.
You know what I mean? It's
If-
like
if we
it's
didn't-
like it's London's real, fucking cars, fucking like broomsticks are real things. They don't fly though. You know what I'm saying? It's like making it like this fantastic form of reality, and like I think that comes to some benefit, obviously, to sell the thing to people.
Oh yeah.
But why are you selling something that's intrinsic to like
To get
being
power.
a human being? Right, but I'm saying like if you think about it, if so, like people sufficiently intelligent think about it, they're being sold on something that should be intrinsic to our nature if it's really how it is. If God's really a creator, why are you selling me something? He like
get
it
power.
seems
Yeah.
it seems like breathing, right?
yeah,
It's
but,
like
t-
I should,
but
no, what I'm saying, but
but-
this is where I'm going. This is our street
Where
magician
are you
again.
going?
This is our street magician again, manipulating people into just following, taking everything he gives you at face value because he gave you some sort of
Well, you describe it as a
outlandish.
cult.
but I think it's the conduit more.
No, I mean I think
It's
you
not
just said
the-
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but what
where
is
I'm
it?
going.
But what is a
Yeah.
cult? A cult is someone who comes along and says, "I know what's right, and you fools don't."
He
But
said
I
that.
can tell you
But what
because
if the
God
old-
told
What if
me.
the
But he
old?
said
What
that.
if the Old
That's what he
Testament?
said.
Everyone said that. Every,
But I mean,
every
Jesus
religious,
said that too.
every religious
Yeah,
person of all
but
time
I'm saying
said that.
there's
What?
nothing different between a religion and a
Jesus
cult
was a-
besides that
Jesus
one is
was a
sufficiently
desert-
large.
But they,
Jesus
they
was a
have an
desert preacher who came along and said, "A lot of the things we're doing right now are fucking bullshit. Here's a new version."
Yeah,
That's
it.
all he was.
That's it. Yeah, and everyone took
Well-
it. I think maybe you're right. Like they did fantasize it to the point of
Yeah.
you do-
making it magical.
Yeah,
But
of course.
Jesus as a figure is also different because the Old Testament all has stories.
The fact that they came
before
out
Christ.
2 versions.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Jewish,
So-
the Jewish
so-
part.
so
I mean,
it's-
Jesus was a Jew.
All of the Abraham,
No,
the sons
but
of
like,
Abraham and
but
whatnot.
yeah, I'm
Jesus
talking-
was a
Moses
Jew.
and-
I'm
So
talking
Jesus
about-
was coming.
Jesus. You
he
said
was-
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus was a Jew. He was,
Jesus was a Jesus.
Jesus was a Jew.
Jeez.
He was coming from a tradition. He was coming from a long tradition of Judaism,
Yeah.
and he was a reformer cleric.
Yeah. That's all it was. I mean, that
Really, that's all he
may
really
or
was.
may not have performed magic.
Been solved
Street, like
today.
sleight of hand.
I mean, I don't believe in magic, so I
sleight
don't
of
think.
hand. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, you can't sleight of hand curing a leper, and it doesn't work.
Well, he could know. He could have some information that other people didn't have, like herbs that can actually cure
Sure.
leprosy and something.
Well, he might have been a
Like,
What are
healer.
those herbs?
This is a
I don't
time
know.
before
Man,
look it up.
any kind of
No.
true medicine.
No?
No, it's
It's
like
all bullshit.
It's like
It's all
It's
bullshit.
like I think
Cucumber.
it's willow bark or.
Do you
oak
believe in
bark.
God?
So
I don't
salicylic
believe- I don't
acid,
know if I believe-
that's the
I don't
cure
think
to
You're raised
all
Catholic,
illnesses.
right?
Well, it
Very
kills-
Catholic.
it
Like
kills
I
off the
was.
skin.
Very,
It's dying.
very
It
Catholic,
degenerates
very
and stuff.
Mexican.
Did you,
Catholic.
did you guys go mass every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Yeah, I did too.
I went to private school.
Yeah, he's
I
hella.
went
I
to
mean,
Catholic
you know,
school.
he's
I went to
fucking. You
Catholic
know,
school.
I've never went to public school. I went
He's
to Catholic school my
you're
entire
second
life.
generation
Yeah.
Mexican.
Yeah.
So like they're all.
Well, I'm
that's fully
fourth,
Catholic.
fourth
Die
generation
hard.
German.
Die
Catholic.
hard
You can't get out,
Catholic.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, me too,
super
though.
die hard Catholic.
No, I mean yeah.
And,
exactly.
Yeah.
But was there a point where you were going to mass and you're like, ugh.
Every
Can I tell you? Can I tell you?
Every day.
I went to. I
Not
was,
when you're
high
like,
every
not
day.
when you're a little kid. You're kind of like, okay, this is annoying, but I just
No,
accept
I think
it.
what you're
And
missing
then
is
there's the
that
point
like
where you,
I think you're missing the point that like sometimes when you're a kid, you don't necessarily get all that.
Yeah.
What
Right.
you understand is today is Sunday.
Right.
I go with my parents
Right.
to this place, and afterwards we
I go to
get
school on the
tacos
weekend,
or something.
weekdays. Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
But it
Then
does,
there's
it's not
some point.
necessarily
There's some
ingrained.
point where you go, that seemed to like bullshit a little bit.
But I think by then
So,
you
I-
should be naturally asking
Hold on,
those
hold on,
questions about everything. When
Right,
you're that age,
that's
right? You
what
transition
happens.
into a teen.
Sometime, well,
you're like,
7,
why
8,
the fuck am I
9,
going
10,
here? You're just
yeah.
I don't know.
a rebellious nature.
I went to Christian school from
That's how it was for
kindergarten
me.
through 8th grade. I went to Wednesday Bible church study, whatever you
Yeah,
call it, like
it's
youth
terrible.
group, all that shit. Church on Sundays sometimes, like whatever.
It's
But
scary.
it wasn't long, before I was like, okay, like they're trying to sell me on something.
But see, I went. I was like
I'm talk-
Manny.
like,
I
you're,
went
you're,
from
you're
the
trying
beginning.
to hush me every time I talk
Uh,
about stuff. Like literally, you do
Well, I
it,
can't
you do
tell
it
where your
every
stories
single,
are
you
going.
tell it you have to listen to tell where they're going, Nick.
Well,
Jesus
sometimes I
Christ.
listen for a while and they don't go
Oh my
anywhere.
God, Nick.
I
Jesus.
apologize.
So yeah,
Continue.
so like what
Oh,
is that?
God.
Fucking 9 years, right? Of just like the formative years of life,
Yeah.
and like you get brainwashed a bit, kind of in a way that overzealous Christian attitude gets
Yeah.
you brainwashed. But it doesn't take much, which concerns me a little bit. But like it doesn't take much to get you out of that mindset,
Right.
right?
I think
once
for
you're
me-
Well,
out,
that's what I
though,
was asking.
Once you're out, though,
When do you remember that point?
that's what I'm trying to like so like
Yeah.
that it wasn't it's not there's no definite point. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. It's
I
like,
don't know. I feel
it was
like
a
it was for
spectrum,
me,
but
though.
it was a gradient for me. Like 4th grade and on, I slowly was like, yeah, this is bullshit, till I got to
Yeah.
8th grade and I was like, can I go to public school?
Yeah.
Like, and I did.
I think it was a little different for me. Like I remember going in and thinking like this is real because this is everything I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I remember them wanting to make me
Well,
having
sure,
me
yeah.
make commitments.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
They're like kids.
And
Mhm.
like when they because like first communion was one of the first like big
Yeah.
commitments.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you're gonna take
Catholic.
first
Which I
communion,
enjoyed.
You're both Catholic.
Yeah.
Right.
enjoyed
I went to a
first-
Christian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
I
didn't
see.
have that yet.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed first communion.
So I
What do you
remember.
do?
Well,
You
you
put a
they,
It's
robe
like
on.
ritualistic. right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
like the girls wear white
It's like
dresses.
a baptism kind of, right?
kind of like
Well,
sacrificing a goat.
confirmation is more baptism.
Okay.
First communion is more like you can be part of the ceremony.
Oh,
You can
it makes
ingest.
you feel like more into
Right,
it.
because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
eating the body
You
and
can-
blood
How
of
old are you at
Christ.
that
The rule is
Second grade,
the
third
rule
grade.
is that you can't
I hate
have.
that.
So you go to this place
early,
every
it's so
Sunday,
young.
every week, and you
Yeah.
can't
It's like
have
brainwashing.
Right, you
the
can't
wine,
have it.
you can't
Right,
have the
you
bread.
can't have it.
feel
So they're
included.
like, look, bitch,
So-
you can't have the bread
You
or the
bet,
wine. You're
bitch.
like,
Right.
no, I need to.
They bless you, but it's not the same.
My brother can have it. I can't have it.
That's
no,
fucked.
But
sorry,
the
you
point
gotta go
of
through
the
this
whole
thing.
Catholic Mass is we're
Sucks.
converting this bread and wine into the body and blood of Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
And
in
then
front
we
of
all
your
take
eyes.
part of it, and it gets rid of our sins somehow magically.
and you're like, I want to be there.
So once you're in second or third grade, they're like,
You're no
now
longer
you're
pure.
gonna, now you're gonna learn,
Now
now
you're
you're
gonna
gonna learn. to submit yourself
Yeah.
to God
weird
and all this
thing.
kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's when I first remember being a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was suddenly
That's
required
fucking
to
early.
make a commitment
Yeah,
of
that
some
is
kind.
really
Second grade is
early.
early.
Mine,
It is very early.
Because like you really don't even have like your own autonomy at that point almost. Like you're like still like mom, like dad, that kind
Right,
of
right.
like
and
9
so
years
like
old.
going to church
Yeah.
at that point when you're 7 or 5
8
or
or 9,
4
yeah.
or whatever,
No,
like
you're
7 or 8.
You're
Yeah,
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
But I mean, before that, going to church, it's just like this is a thing we do.
It's a thing we do.
Because
Exactly.
we also like go to the park. We also
Yeah,
But I
go
think
to
you make a
whatever.
good point. You
Exactly.
become more and more like longing to be part of it, which is
There is.
That's
part of
important.
that
It's a culture.
brainwashing.
It's
Yeah.
culture.
It's
Yeah.
a treatment
Well,
for
it's-
sure. It's,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you being like sensitized and treated by
Yeah.
this organization.
You want to be part
So
of it.
I definitely-
Yeah, you want
You're
to
that
be.
old.
I
you wanna
definitely
be a part
did
of it.
not give up on it at first communion.
Sure.
That's
I thought
the
it
point.
was like
You
fun.
just realized you
It was just my first
you
seed of
perceive
doubt.
some sort of
It was the first seed of doubt.
yeah. You perceive some
that's
sort of
crazy. I thought it was
inconsistency.
fun
There was
for
some
me.
You were like,
inconsistencies, and I
I
just
thought it
didn't
was
know if I
really
wanted
fun.
to commit. I
You're
didn't
like
know if
this
I wanted
cracker
to commit.
tastes funny.
Well, the drinking the
I know.
wine and the, yeah.
I'm saying like proverbially.
I was an altar boy.
Yeah, I wasn't
no.
actually.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of my
Oh, no.
friends
No,
were.
none of that.
There's some
way.
bad shit about altar
None of
boys.
that way. But
We had
a-
cool priests,
after
actually.
After
My-
we got,
cool
we did our
priests.
first communion.
Yeah.
We would eat the little pan in the back, and the
pan?
the little baby bread,
Yeah.
whatever that thing, the
Wafer.
cracker,
The
whatever,
wafer,
the
yeah.
wafer.
The cracker.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Catholic are you?
Yeah, exactly.
The
you
wafer,
don't
bro.
know you don't know the wafer? Yeah, no.
The wafer.
You don't know the wafer? I know. I fucking yeah. We would drink the wine back there. We would
Yeah.
eat all the fucking bread.
And then suck the priest dick.
nope, vomit. I think afterwards.
No, that was a good day.
That wasn't until high
When
school.
you got the butt treatment, that's
butt pussy.
the bussy. That's where you.
Then
Pussy.
did you go through confirmation in when,
yeah,
so
when you're a teen.
so yeah, when I got to
Yeah.
confirmation, suddenly the seeds of doubt
Oh,
had
is
set
that-
in
Yeah.
enough
But you're,
that I was like,
you're
I don't
8th
actually
grade.
want to do this. Confirmation is
7th or
Catholic
8th grade.
second
Yeah.
baptism.
12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometime
And now you're
around
So
on
there.
then you have like a formed.
It's your
image of
adolescence.
yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
it's weird. Catholics, so Catholics are so stupid. They had this idea over the
Let's
years.
generalize the whole group.
No.
I
But
feel the same way about
Catholic
Christians, man.
doctrine is
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
They had this idea that babies were born with sin because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
inherited our sin from our ancestors. So if you don't baptize a baby,
Yeah,
it
it
goes
can't-
to hell
Yeah.
if
Goes to
it
hell.
dies.
It can't be
So
saved.
therefore, you have
It
to
needs the
baptize.
mark.
Christians don't believe that.
Well, different
Christians-
versions of
Christians
Christians
don't
believe it in
believe in
different
the
ways.
Virgin Mary.
Well, I'm saying like as far as like a
Well, like
you know,
Baptists.
That's the biggest one.
Baptists. Yeah.
Baptists are big into baptism, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about Baptists is they believe you can only undergo baptism if you're a consenting adult.
Yeah, yeah.
So what Christians did, or what Catholics is, they co-opted baptism from Protestants
Right.
and brought it back as confirmation. Did you know that? That's why they did it. Because they're like, well, when you were a baby, you had to get baptized to get rid of your original sin, but you weren't conscious, so you couldn't actually commit. So what we'll do is we'll baptize you twice, because once you're an adolescent, you can commit.
The way
And-
that I
Wow.
was sold confirmation.
It's crazy, right?
Was they
So
were
that's
like,
what I'm saying. That
now
when you
you're a
have
little
a
bit
form,
older,
like actually like
and you
image
can
of yourself, you're able
choose.
to like.
Right. And so when
What
it got
you
to my
want.
confirmation, I actually said no.
I'm
Join
foreign to all
the
that
Because
shit.
by
I
that
have to
point,
get
by that
baptized
point
into
out,
shit.
and I was still in Catholic
What?
school.
I have
All
to
my
go to,
friends
like,
were
I
getting
didn't have to
confirmed.
get
Similar time is when I kind of.
All my
I didn't
friends were
have
getting
to
confirmed.
believe in
Yeah.
any of
Great,
that shit.
right?
Well,
Right.
you're
7th, 8th
like
grade.
a
Right.
Right.
soulless,
And that's like I
dauntless
think that's like
man.
a
That
point
does-
where
It
Yeah,
is, but I just think it was different with the whole thing where
Why?
our indoctrination
Why?
was
Yeah.
more
Grab my nipples and
incremental,
put your
not
finger on my
direct.
ass.
and it was much earlier. It seems like with me, we had
Probably.
like Bible.
All my
We
parents'
memorized-
friends were
we
Catholic.
like memorized Bible verses
And you're like,
in
oh,
class,
your people.
in, like, first
What are
grade,
you racist?
you know,
and like,
second
we don't
grade,
listen to you and all
you know,
these are the white
it
kids.
wasn't
But
much
did
like,
you believe
oh, you know,
in good
God was
vibes
like, you know, all
when
that stuff,
you
or
were
like
a kid?
going to
What did you
like
believe in?
church
What
or
did
whatever.
you think
We
that
had
was?
like
You believed in
chapel, they
people,
called it.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Once a week, you'd go
No,
and
I
sing a song.
believed in the good.
See,
And
like
then they
us-
talk,
bad
they'd read a
in
couple
people.
Bible verses and say some shit, and then
at
no
the
one was
very
paying
essence
attention.
of
This
it,
is like all my
my
family's
parents taught
Catholic.
me,
Yeah.
All my
don't
parents'
treat
friends were
someone else
Catholic.
the way
Sure.
you would want to be
Like
treated.
the way we found
That's
our
it.
dentist or our
That's it.
doctor
Was
was
through
they
church.
were
Yeah.
Catholic
Or through
Because-
through
yeah.
church.
Yeah.
It was the culture, which
Yeah.
was similar
I'm
to
trying to
Manny
remember what I was
because
gonna say.
he was
Yeah, that was
Latino
essentially
Yeah.
Catholic,
the
but
gist
I was
of it.
German Catholic
Right.
from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But we,
In
we,
the
we had
town
no
where,
book
like,
behind
I
it.
have
'Cause, dude,
4
I grew up
levels
on
of
a hippie
ancestor
farm
buried.
with,
The biggest
you know,
structure
a bunch
is the
of
church.
animals and stuff like
It's
that.
like everything.
Dang.
So
And
like
I was
that
the only
growing up.
child.
So for me, like I had
So,
a lot
I'd
of other
go to
cousins
school, I'd
who
come
were
back,
skeptical to
I'd
some
feed the
degree. They
horses,
still got
feed the
confirmed.
cows.
They still went to church.
Sure.
Feed all
Because
the
it was
animals.
the culture you were
And
part
none
of.
of the animals
So
on the
me
property
rejecting
were
it even at 13
were even
was
for the point
what's
of,
wrong with you?
You know,
Yeah,
eating.
that's
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
heavy
like I
for
fed
like
the
that kind of.
cows
You can tell.
and
Yeah,
the
it's a
sheep.
little
It
more
was heavy.
intense because like my
Their
parents
vibes.
were more
They-
of
yeah,
like.
they were great to
you
be
were
around.
going off.
You know, my mom was brought up in like
Great
a
vibes
semi-religious,
with-
And we weren't
a
even
really Catholic
vegetarians.
household.
You know, it's just like
My mom's
Explain that,
my
Nick.
mom's
What?
parents-
This
What?
guy, sorry to cut
He
you off.
knows.
This fucking guy still eats meat and
Yeah.
has pet like horses and
Well,
cows.
sure.
Not that you eat horses, but or do you?
No, because-
not anymore.
Some
Not
people do.
anymore.
Not in
Manny was
America.
asking because I was saying that like
Paris.
my parents told
Or
my
France.
parents only taught me don't treat anyone else how you wouldn't want to be treated, and I said we had horses, cows, sheep, all these different animals that we just had
Fucked
around
every single
to be.
one. No, I'm just kidding.
But he
No,
he
tell me
also
so.
said that he still eats meat.
Yeah.
But he has, and so explain that,
Well,
Nick.
I think that's another
I don't
another
understand
conversation.
where
to
Where's
go.
your God now, Nick?
Well, no.
He,
I mean, I
he
think
doesn't
that's.
have a problem killing
I
animals.
think it's
Yeah.
more of a
But he has
reflection on me.
animals as pets.
And I think that's a contradiction that,
That
we
are-
live with as
Granted,
human
I
beings.
wasn't eating beef.
I think that's a contradiction we've had as human beings for a really long time. We befriend animals, but we also eat them, and it's really a moral gray
But a
area that we
cow?
don't like to think about. You know
I
what
remember
mean?
last time you told me that
I mean,
a
I
cow
think about
was
it.
It's easy to overlook
genetically
it.
made.
I think about it. You know, if it came
Well,
to like a
they're domesticated.
post-apocalyptic
I
scenario,
thought you were
I
telling me
would.
that it was like a cow that was like.
That sucks.
Well, they don't
breeding.
exist in real.
Well,
I,
I
I
mean,
was telling you,
I
they
don't
exist in
know.
wild.
I'm just saying it
Yeah,
sucks to think about that.
They
yeah.
don't exist in wild.
granted,
Yeah.
if it came
Buffalo
to
exists,
Honey
bison
Bear, my
exists,
golden
cows
retriever,
Yeah.
don't
I'm not
exist.
going to eat
Yeah,
her.
so what does that mean?
But you know, if we came to
It's
a
like
post-apocalyptic
dogs.
scenario,
We created them.
would I?
Yeah, from wolves or something like.
Unfortunately.
Probably.
Right,
What is
great
the
dogs
closest
from
wolves? I probably would.
ancestor of a cow?
You know, if it came to
I
a
believe
life,
they think it's some kind of
What?
Eurasian Uruk or something.
Yeah. It's
I
like
don't know,
oh, deer along the lines of deer style animals.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't even. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with the horse.
Same
They
with
don't.
pretty much every.
Look at the fucking
Common ancestor
Look at
of
the thing.
lion.
Gay harness, gay bear. It was like the search just
Yes.
Corn.
so-
It was said corn. The
Yeah.
first one was corn. Ancestor of corn. Yeah, you're.
Uruks.
Yeah, so they're like
we only had
they're
two
like
cows.
they're cows. They're
You
yeah.
had cows though.
No, we had two
Yeah,
cows.
but you
during
enjoyed
the
the steak
Neolithic
every now and
Revolution, they
No,
were
no, I
Yeah.
at
I
least
like,
two
I
Urks
like
were
burgers.
domesticated.
I don't like steak.
Indian subspecies.
Why?
But like we've changed them so
I don't
much.
think that matters.
Bro,
But I like
domesticated
burgers.
cows.
I like burgers.
It's wild
which is
how
the
much
same
their
thing.
like physiology
You know,
changes.
I will still eat a part of a
You know what's
cow.
fun?
I just don't like steaks.
You know, that's
But I
fun.
will still eat
Did I ever
burgers.
tell you about like when I
Have you
had to
guys-
go
have you-
fishing with my friends, go camping, and I had to kill the fish? It was hard.
Oh,
for me.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
I kill fish all the
Well,
time.
Fike and I are gonna go do that
No,
tomorrow.
man.
We're gonna go
Hopefully.
fishing, and yeah, I've got no
Alright,
problem
well, as
killing
long as you
fish.
both beat the fish to death with your.
Well, I usually
As long as
Well, no, I
usually
will,
don't let it
I will
just- don't
slice
let it
their
just-
head off.
No, I usually
I will not beat them. I will slice their head
you
off.
So-
knock them on the head a few
so
times.
usually-
and fucking.
usually
No,
I-
no, whatever is quickest.
Usually I
Whatever's
stab
quickest.
them just behind the
Okay.
right through the spine
Yeah.
right there.
There you go.
And then I cut the gills and bleed them out. And it's
Right.
like,
Don't
it's
Yeah.
don't
easy.
make them suffocate.
But
to
with
death.
larger
Well,
fish,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
harder to get there.
Yeah.
So usually with larger fish, they actually have little tiny bats, and they call them
Right.
bonkers.
Yeah.
Because they're like heavy
Yeah,
little bats,
yeah.
and you just hit the fish
Yeah,
on the head
yeah.
like 2 or 3
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
You can also do it with a rock. Which
I
is
did it with a
super
whiskey
gruesome,
bottle.
But you can do it with a whiskey.
We had a-
sure.
we had
Anything
bullet-
sufficiently hard will do the
We had
job.
bullet whiskey,
Yeah, of course
and
you did.
we went to this lake, and we were all
Just
camping.
dropped it on his head.
And my friend was fly fishing, and I had learned to fly fish as a kid a
was
bit.
it a trout?
Yeah, it was trout.
No.
Damn.
And
What the fuck,
and so
a
like
whiskey
he was
bottle?
doing it, but like really poorly.
That's a tiny fish.
You don't
And
have
then-
to hit them.
And then I was like,
No,
let me.
it's
I was like,
that long.
I was
You're
like, I was like,
that.
wait, so I put
You're feeling bad.
You
You
have to
don't
hit
speak
it that
good
hard.
anyway.
Like,
Wait,
the
you
whiskey
gotta get a
bottle's
good
kinda
knock.
over
It's
it.
like-
was it like
knock.
a
This
flask or
thing-
was it like a bottle?
It was
Thin,
a it was a
like
bullet.
real thin.
That's
bullet
way
that
too
low.
hard.
If
Long.
Nick can do it, you can do it.
Oh,
You can
And
just
then I
literally
cut
take
its
it.
spine off.
You can hold it by its fins and just
Yeah.
slap it against a rock real quick. And
Oh yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
No, knife,
Um,
knife, slice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
then
would
I
just go
sliced it
behind them.
afterwards.
I would
They
just go through the
forced me
gills
to.
and-
Anyway, so I'm vegetarian pretty much,
Yeah.
and
Oh shit! I forgot.
so
about
my
that.
friend was fly fishing,
Yeah, yeah.
and he didn't
That's
really
the
know how to do it.
context.
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, let me try, because
Yeah.
I had learned it before. I was like, oh, kind of like with this motion, and you kind of lay it out. So then I fucking catch a fish,
No.
right? While I'm
I was
demonstrating.
like, why did you have to do
Yeah.
it?
Right, I
There
was
it is,
demonstrating. And so then I start reeling. I'm like, oh, holy shit, I caught one. And they're like, then my friends were all like, you have to kill it. And I'm like, I don't know, what are you guys doing?
And
They're
just
like,
let it
no,
go.
Nick, you caught it. You gotta kill it.
So,
No,
like,
we were gonna eat it.
hazing.
Yeah, well, no, it was just like I had caught this animal. It was my duty.
It's your kill.
And so I took it out, and it was flopping around. They'll flop around for a long ass time before they suffocate. So they're like, Nick, put it out of its misery, and we're all drinking bullet whiskey. So I have this log. I put it on the log, and I go clank, and then that pretty much kills it. So then they give me the knife. They're like, okay, now you got to cut its head off.
Yeah.
But when you start slicing into the spine, it starts flapping again.
Ever seen
And
this?
so, like, you feel it in your hand as you're
Yeah.
slicing into the spine. It
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah.
and you're like,
It's not for everyone.
and
for
then
sure.
and then I cut its head off, and I pulled out its guts, and then we ate it later. Now, I did not enjoy the whole process,
Yeah.
and
But
I
it
am
was
a
part of the
vegetarian.
process.
It was part of the process. I ate the fish,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Now, could I go and murder a cow that is a large animal? I slit its throat, it bleeds out, and it moves like crazy, and
That would be a
kicks.
bigger process.
Be a
Apparently,
bigger
if
process.
But
you're
it's still part of the
demonstrating
same.
and you catch that cow,
Still part of the same.
It is part of the same. It's in the thing. But could I do it? No.
No, yeah.
And do I want somebody else to do it for me?
Post-apocalyptic
No.
scenario, could you?
Probably.
Well, post-apocalyptic is not going to do fucking
I have no doubt that you
cannibalism.
Probably.
Post-apocalyptic
you'd
scenario.
be forced to it.
No.
You'd
I'll
be
eat your
forced-
ass, Will. Shut the fuck up.
You
could. You're
will.
gonna eat my ass.
Look, oh god.
No.
Oh,
For
God.
a fish.
Yo,
for
so-
a fish.
For a fish, yeah.
I'll
no.
eat your ass for a fish,
No,
Will.
that's-
That's
fish.
further
Oh, you asked for a
along.
fish.
Hey, yo,
That's further along than a
have you ever seen
fish.
the Starry Midshipmen? They live in the bay here. And
Yeah.
they live under like rocks and stuff in like muddy waters. And they have these like photo forests. These all
Ah.
light up.
Ah, that's cool.
And they look super weird though.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of crazy fish.
Yeah, they're only like that big.
You ever
know?
serve lingcod? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
those
I've
things
caught
are-
hella lingcod, dude. I was just telling
Those things
Will
are
we can catch.
beasts.
We
I've
could
seen
catch
them
some-
leaping out of the
We
water.
could catch some tomorrow.
while
If we could catch some
surfing.
lingcod tomorrow, we'll have some bomb ass tacos. We could catch one lingcod.
Bomb ass stuff.
Oh man, I'll make some fucking fire ass tacos.
Lingcod, you get a lot of fucking meat from a
Oh my
decent
god,
one.
and like they're huge, and their mouths. This is what a lingcod kind of looks like. That's a really bad drawing, honestly. Their
I've
mouths.
seen a lingcod
their mouths.
while we were surfing, like leap full body
Oh,
out
here
of
you
the
go.
water.
Look at their fucking teeth, dude.
Well, he
So-
was
so
telling me
they
that
have-
a lot of the nibbles we feel on our toes and whatnot are not necessarily like
They could be
fucking
surf
seaweed.
perch.
is like we probably got
Probably
nerves.
flounders.
Yeah, maybe
Because those
they're
are
not
the
that
ones
many.
that don't get the fuck out of the way.
Or sand dabs, yeah.
My spot.
Because the sand dabs are littler. They're like that big, but like halibut are big as fucking have spikes on them. So, but these guys, the lingcods, these guys sit in the rocks. Well, obviously, as you can see, and they'll eat those like.
Wait,
they'll
can,
eat these
here
things.
before
They
everyone
love these.
before
So,
everyone comes back, can you show me what we're essentially going for tomorrow?
These guys. Sorry, and also.
So rockfish and then
So rockfish like this, like let me just show you brown rockfish.
alright, rockfish.
So like it looks kind of like that.
Sex robot. What if there was a fucking sex robot? Would you have one?
So like a brown rockfish is kind
Always.
of like this, and they have this like kind of.
Always?
They,
Alright, so that's rockfish.
they have this like kind of like spot right here. You can see in most of them. Right here.
What's
and-
the surf? No, he's coming back.
So that's the rockfish will be
We just
probably
switched
you'll
spots.
probably see this, and sometimes we'll catch like grass rockfish.
Rockfish is
What are the
Grass
surffish you've been
rockfish that
talking
have
about?
like this. Surffish are
surf perch.
probably barred surf.
Perch, yeah,
surf
yeah.
perch.
And then
Because I figure because of the tide
And
tomorrow,
then-
that's what we're going for.
and then
Oh, they look pretty.
and then red
Yeah.
tail, yeah. And then there's red tail, but these have to be at least 11
Apparently
inches or 10 inches long.
Interesting eating.
These have to be at least 10 inches. They're just mushy.
Yeah.
There's red tailed
White
surf,
flesh.
and then there's the rainbow. These ones
You know.
are not surf perch. They're rock perch or pile perch. They're called.
no.
Low rock. Pile. Whoa, why didn't it come up? But these things are fucking beautiful. This is what they look like. They're super pretty. Isn't that crazy? Oh no, they look like, that's like a juvenile, and this is like an
That's
adult.
cool.
But they're called, striped sea perch. Sea perch, sorry, that's the word I was thinking of.
Sea perch.
Instead of surf perch. So they live they live more on rocks and stuff. They look like that when you pull them out though. But
Damn,
there's
that's
like
a beautiful
tiger-
fish.
Yeah. And then there's We'll probably the one that
Damn.
it's getting warm enough that we might find some. These guys.
I'll eat that sucker all day.
These guys get big as fuck, but these are the ones that have a lot of metals in them, and like a lot of like. This is a fat. They usually
Yeah.
look more elongated like that.
Damn,
That shit is fucking.
Whoa, that farmed? What is
Look
it?
at-
A
so, like,
farm
see how big
straight
they get?
up. Yeah.
That's
So,
fucking huge.
This is a pretty large one.
But
That's
our
a
poles
That's a
can't-
40. That's
the
like a
poles
40.
can't handle that.
I have a
Yeah.
picture of
No.
Taylor. I think my picture of Taylor on my phone. My homie
That's a
Taylor.
fat
Check
ass
this out.
fucking.
Check this out.
Well, no, we can
Fast.
only handle like what 20 pounds
Holy
on our
shit!
poles.
Look at that thing, bro.
Like we couldn't pull something
But
like
he's
that.
in like the only reason why they got so big is because it's like it looks like it's in open water or something.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll swim out in open water and they get big enough. But like,
Holy
yeah, they get
fuck,
massive.
bro.
See it on a perch.
He's eating another fish.
It's a perch, yeah. But they get like that's probably a.
That's
That's a-
fucking beautiful.
Well, we
It's
could catch
beautiful.
something like that easy. This is like in freshwater, but it's the same fish.
Yeah, it's a lot
But they,
smaller.
you know, they're like that. It's like that big, like usually, and little baby.
Well, baby
And then
striper.
my favorite fish and most delicious, in my opinion, is called a cabezon, and it's fish.
The fuck, Cabazon
It's
dinosaur.
the dinosaur fish, yeah, in Calhoun. So they're
What?
beautiful and
Yeah.
like
They have
like
the blue
one,
flesh.
yeah, and like
Yeah,
most of
they're
these. So
so good.
lingcod have the blue flesh too, and like 1 in 4 will have it.
Yeah.
But these, like pretty much 50% of them straight up have it, and like you'll see,
Yeah,
they'll
so
look like
good.
this if they don't have it,
Looks
and
like
they'll look like this if they do have
Yeah.
it. So they're like kind of like
Nice.
blue, green, brown, and then they're like red, yellow,
So sick.
brown.
I'll be
but
happy if we catch
they're fucking.
one.
These are like mini lingcod more or less.
Look at
Because
how
like if you look at that, watch, look at that picture.
Look at how fat that other one was though.
So like look at that picture, and then look at dude these things.
Damn, that's a,
Dude.
look at that third picture
Dude,
there.
these are gonna freak you out, but there's a blue one.
Yeah,
The third picture. Yeah, they're
That's a blue one.
crazy looking.
Fuck,
Look, this
dude.
guy let him bite him. Look how fat they get though.
Fuck,
They get
look at
huge.
that. They
But,
look
like,
like
look
a
at-
cat.
I wish they would show one from the front.
Damn, catch
Like
one
that.
of
I guess
those
that's a
little.
good one. Like, yeah, these are tough fish to catch.
Hopefully,
Like, see that?
hopefully.
And the cool part about these is if you see like that's a lingcod, that's a cabezon. So they're very similar in shape and like in color and stuff. See?
What's that first?
So it's like
picture,
a
bro?
mini lingcod in a lot of ways, but it has a much higher dorsal fin, and like that double back fin is like pressed
Damn,
up
that,
against.
go down.
You see how
let's
this
how
one's
big they
rounded?
get though.
This one's not rounded, so you can tell them apart easily if you get a small lingcod or a big one of these, because these have to be 22 inches to keep.
They're
These
fucking
can be
huge, though.
15 inches. So you just have to be careful, right? But these are
Damn.
these taste like fucking lobster, dude. They're so good.
I know. I've had
And they're
all
so
that.
the meat is so firm.
There's
That's
a
not
rock
actually.
Damn, look.
That's not actually.
Look
That
at
doesn't
that
count.
dude pull that shit up. They're fat as fuck. Look at that.
Okay.
Dude,
So it's like a
holy-
baby.
Look, it looks
That's
like
like a 30 pound,
That's
25 pound.
crazy.
We'll catch
Dude,
ones
look
like
at
that,
that shit.
like probably
Holy
15 pounds.
fuck.
But this is a cabezon still.
Well, the
That's
camera's ready to go.
That
But
thing's fucking.
huge.
even Fox said, day one is going to be teaching me.
So look at the
how
shape
to
of
do
it. See
everything
the
you
shape?
do.
They're basically the same fish. It's fucking weird. But these are just littler, and they're way more delicious. And like, I love these things. Then there's weird ones like canaries. You might get when they're
That we
close.
might catch.
They're just rockfish, but they're just prettier. Like canaries. Sometimes
So those
we'll
are
get
pretty.
black rockfish. These are actually we might get blacks and blues. So black rockfish are pretty common where we're gonna go. And then we get that. It's like mottled. And then there's blue rockfish. They don't have as much modeling, but have these like stripes kind of. Like they're like more consistent modeling, like small and stripy. But
in
they're actually
Mexico?
like blue like that underwater. It's pretty crazy. But when you pull them out, they look mud, like brown. But and then there's like olives. These are kind of more rare, but they look kind of like grassies. And then you have the vermilions. These ones you don't get a lot, but if you find one of these, this is like a
It's like a
trophy.
Pokemon.
It's like a trophy fish around here because it's just so pretty, and it looks like a Garibaldi, which is a Garibaldi is like illegal to catch in California.
So you got to
But
release.
you can't. I love that shit. Google's so funny. Like you can be so specific.
Yeah, just
So it's like bright orange like that, right? It looks like a big ass goldfish.
So you
to
gotta release
protect
it once you
you can't
catch
even
it.
hook one. If you hook one, you're fucked.
How
like
the
not-
fuck do you know if you're going to
You
hook
can't
it?
fish in certain areas because they're there.
But not, we're
They're
fine
not
down
gonna be
here.
there. If we catch one where we
Yeah.
are, we're fine. But you see, like it's very orange and like people are like, oh shit, it's so cool. But you can keep these and eat them if you want. They're not that good. I mean, they're good. And rockfish is all good, but like they're not as good as like.
Damn, look at that lady that
You
pulled
got
that
some-
one over there.
Which ones?
Damn. Oh, go back. Oh, there. She's the third picture up there. Look at the fucking eyes
Yeah.
on that
So
thing.
here's the thing: when you pull them out from the deep sea, they're out in the bay. You can probably pull her from 60 plus feet down.
Yeah.
You pull it up, all their like,
Pressure.
organs explode, right?
Yeah.
With Cabazon, you can pull them up from any depth. I mean, Cabazon and Lingcod, really. But Lingcod I was thinking of. You can pull them up from any depth, and they'll just not. They don't inflate like that because they have no swim bladder, so there's no air in them to like inflate. So as they depressurize, they just keep fighting and fighting all the way to the surface. Fish like that, like the other one,
Yeah.
will be like
Yeah.
that fights as you have it on the bottom, and then you start reeling it up, and then it just stops because it's just like it's like that, like
Damn,
exploded.
look at the first one. Look at the eyes on
Yeah.
that.
They get huge.
Jesus.
Bro. Look at all the pictures below.
Insane.
Like look at the ones in the
Yeah,
first one.
look
Wait, go
at
back.
that.
Wait, go back. Oh fuck.
All their eyes are
There's this
bulging
one,
out.
and then there's this one. Look at this one.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Dude,
a fat
yeah.
one. Yeah, but you pull them up from deep enough, right? They're kind of cool. Some of them are like coyish.
But we don't have the gear to pull them up from that deep, do we?
You have to be on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can rent a boat from the harbor. I mean, from the pier, because the pier is.
What are we
Fishing.
likely to pull up tomorrow? Click clack.
Baby
click, clack.
shark.
There were hooks for that, apparently.
Baby shark.
Yeah.
Do.
No.
The wire leader with the fucking huge. The hook is like this big, and I just like. It's so gnarly looking. That is a shitty one. Where did I find
Oh,
that?
just go back to
Species
images.
of-
No, there's a specific one.
Yeah, what can you catch in
Everything.
rock and Lake Loman? I mean, that's where you're gonna
up
go,
there.
right?
No, we're gonna go to the ocean.
Oh, you can catch all kinds of shit. Little halibut?
Yeah, we.
Kangaroo's real.
There's like a PDF. Yes. Okay, so check it out. So any of these are likely. Like these ones
but
are like
Come
deeper.
on.
These like are kind of deeper over here. These four, and then these we'll
far.
never see that. These ones are all good.
Report.
Not a tree fish.
Report.
None of these.
I'll probably say something first.
Maybe.
whatever.
Maybe.
Just in case. It's
Maybe.
Grading.
You can't keep these. The yellow eye, but it just looks like a canary rockfish. Like these guys.
Wait, look at
Canary,
the
but it
cow
has, like, a
cod.
yellow eye.
Look at the cow cod.
The Boccaccio?
No, the cow cod.
Oh, cow cod. Yeah, you can't keep those either.
Look at the eyes.
Yeah, because they're got pulled up from
I'm
already.
crazy.
You're not allowed to keep those. These are delicious, but they're so rare.
Boccaccio.
Yeah, you never see those. Kelp greenling. These are actually great fish. You see these a lot. They look a lot like the body shape of a lingcod, but they don't have spine. They don't have spines protruding, and they have like no teeth, so you can like lick them. But they have a very similar like taste to the lingcod. Similar to the
fish.
cow.
Isn't that an invasive
But
species?
the kelp greenling comes in this color, and then there's like a red or like a blue color, and they change, and it's like the male and the female, like that, and they can change back and forth. But these four are very likely at the bottom here.
You gotta work, Mom?
And these are all groundfish, so these are like rockfish, like they would live in the rocks. And then the other two are
That blows, bro.
the different types of surf creek.
Shot. I mean, there's always a shotgun. That I
Yeah,
go
let's
on
look
to
at surf
when the days get rough.
What time do you have to work?
Fucking, I gotta be in the city.
By
8.
8 in the morning?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I gotta be in the city.
You gotta be in the
Yeah, I'm
sea.
glad we got to hopefully educate you about sex.
Sex. Wait, this
Hey,
is all.
Kate.
This is only the first.
No,
This is only the first class.
No, this was a
The
test.
next
Oh,
class
yeah.
is
Here,
horse.
oh, one sec. Let me steal this from me. All right.
There we
So,
go.
Good night.
You too.
I'll see you guys.
all right. Stopping
fun.
recording.